The SLC T20 League 2025. We are live at the SSC grounds and it is for the game between the Blues and the Greens. That's the game coming up. As I said, we'll show you first the weather, how it looks. There was some rain earlier on, but thankfully it's a bit gloomy, but still there is going to be play. Now temperature is absolutely fantastic. Maximum temperature could be 31, but minimum is 20 and not much of wind. But there is a possibility of rain, but we are hoping that there won't be rain at all. So it's a very warm welcome to all of you joining us on this live telecast. It's the SLC T20 2025. It is the Greens versus the Blues. So we'll first show you the match summary of the previous game. And well, that was a truly fantastic game. That was a game that we saw the Greens chasing down a target. 163 is what the Greys made for 6 wickets, with Niroshan Dikwala chipping in with 52 and 165 for 5 in quick time. Kamil Mishara 52 of just 34 and Bhanuka Rajapaksa, Sadira Samaravikrama, all of them joining the party as the Greens got through. So now, how does the points table look? And I can tell you that the Greens are right on top with their very good performance. They won everything so far. They played 2 matches, won both, and they got a positive run rate. Blues at the bottom, they haven't won anything, while the Greys, they have won 1 game out of the 2 games played. So that's how the tournament looks in this 3-match series. I get Faviz Mahroof with me joining as usual. But first and foremost, let's focus on Kamil Mishara. How impressed were you?
Very impressed. I thought he kept wickets and he made sure that he got a start. And unfortunately, he couldn't finish the job off. He got out to a ball which kept a bit low to the leg spinner. But I thought he was excellent through the offside. That's his forte, the cow driving through the offside. And whenever the situation was given to play along the leg side as well, he was quite good. And overall, I keep on saying about Kamil Mishara, he reminds me a lot of PM Dilshan. He keeps wicket, he's a brilliant fielder in the outfield, can bowl a bit of off-spin, handy off-spin, and also batting at number 3 and opening the batting. So, a lot of promise, but just it's a start because he hasn't not made a name for himself in T20 cricket. So, he's making a good name in this invitation tournament.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But do you think, we all talk about maturity, we all talk about being ready for that next step. You think Kamil Mishara is getting there?
I think, personally, he's more ready for ODIs and Test cricket. T20 is still finding the groove of scoring runs, and he's just making sure he gets a game right. I mean, yes, a lot of potential, but at the moment, with looking at the pecking order for the middle order, I think Kamil Mishara has his time a little bit more. But I mean, all he can do is showcasing his ability in tournaments like this.
Right, so that's a little bit of Kamil Mishara. But as we told you, there was some rain about, there was covers on the pitch, and the conditions are overcast. But how does the pitch look? Faviz Mahroof took a close look a little while earlier.
Conditions at the SSC. 3 hours ago we had sunshine and then it started raining. 1 hour before the rain stopped. Lots of waters on top of the cover as well as in the outfield. And the unsung heroes, the groundsmen, have done a fantastic job. Slight delay, but we should be fine for 20-over game. This pitch was used in the game number 3. 160 was chased down. This looks fine. But taking a closer look, this is where about 5 minutes ago, one of the fast bowlers coming to take the run-up just planted his foot, and there is some spike marks going underneath. This is an indication that underneath there will be some sort of a moisture. That's understandable since lots of rain about 2 hours ago. So maybe team winning the toss probably want to chase it down later on for 2 reasons. Number 1, bit of moisture, expecting the sun coming down, and that should dry off. And second thing, since rain is expected, you know what you're going to chase down later on. I think that will be, or that should be, the tactic for the team winning the toss. Other than that, I think we are in for a good game of cricket in 20 overs.
I know you heard the man himself, but he is next to me. I'll ask him personally. I mean, let's go a little bit more detailed about the pitch.
I think it's underneath there is moisture, Rushan, for sure. Matisha Patina, when he was marking his crease, one of his foot just landed on the spikes, and underneath was dark. So that's indication, as cricketers, we pick up that there is moisture underneath, but not heavy, but substantial amount.
So what do you think? Win the toss, bowl?
I will definitely bowl.
Right. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's go across and join Kosala out there with the 2 captains and the match referee, as we say, for the all-important toss.
It's day 4 and game number 4. We're all set and ready for the all-important toss. It's the Greens taking on the Blues. I have the captain of Greens, Kamidu Mendes, the captain of Blues, Dunit Velalage, and our match referee, Pradeep Jayaprakash. Kamidu has the coin in the hand. Kamidu will toss. Heads is the call. It is a heads. Dunit, you won the toss, and what do you want to do?
We are going to bowl first.
Any particular reason that you want to bowl?
I think weather is different, so I think we have good batting lineup, so that's why I think we took.
It's a must-win game for you today because you've lost both games. So what is the team changes and what is the team that you're going in with today?
We have 4 changes. Pathum Nissanka, Jeffrey Vandese, Matisha Patirana, and 4 changes. So then we are comes in like Nishan Madhushka.
So you have 4 changes in your side. So we wish you all the very best for today's game.
Thank you.
Kamidu, what would you have done if you had won the toss?
Well, if you won the toss, we could bat first because it's a used wicket.
Any changes in your team today?
Yeah, we got 2 changes. Kusal Mendes comes in for Lasit Kruspule and Pramod Madhushan comes in for Dushman Chamira.
You won both games in the tournament, so your team spirit must be very high.
Yeah, we had 2 good couple of games, so I think boys will do the same thing in this match as well.
We wish you all the very best for today's game.
Thank you very much.
So the story from the centre is that the Blues captain has won the toss and they've decided to bowl first.
No surprises there. Blues winning the toss and deciding to bowl. Let's take a look at the two teams. Some changes, Maha, some interesting ones.
Yeah, for the Greens, Sushman Shamir has been given a day off. I think he deserves a day off. And Pramod Madhushan comes in probably at number 9, number 10, bowls with the new ball, gets some swing. Sadir Samarekram will want to carry his good form as well as Pawan Ratnaik. I think they are in cruise control at the moment, so they got to just continue the good work. But for the Blues, some changes. Nishan Madhushka gets a go, as well as Ravindu Fernando, spoken a lot about him. Ashen Bandara scoring heavily for Police Sports Club gets a go as well. So understandably, Blues played 2, lost 2, making some changes. But the Greens, why change? Only Dushman Chamira who's rested.
So you think it's a sign of desperation on the part of Blues, so many changes?
100%. I think they've still not found out the best combination or best 11, I would say.
Right, so that's how the two teams look. We're all set and ready for the start. The umpires are out there in the middle. So let's go across and join our first commentators in the box.
Thank you, Roshan and Maha. Very good afternoon to all the viewers. It looks really bright right now. It was very downfall here at the SSC, especially in the Colombo. It was heavily raining. But right now, things have been very good. The ground staff have done a very good job to prepare with just a half an hour delay. I see the umpire today, Upul Wevage, and there see the fielding side. Well, Dunit Velalage winning the toss for the 3rd consecutive time, but they've not got points on board. Ruchira Palyaguru, the umpire today, standing in umpires alongside Upul Wevage. The match referee today is Pradeep Jayaprakash. So I will come Estelle Vasudevan to the com box. Good afternoon, Estelle.
Good afternoon, Rajiv. It's going to be an exciting game. We've got the Blues in a must-win situation out in the middle. They've been disappointing so far, and I think that's why we are seeing so many changes in that Blues lineup. The Greens, on the other hand, have been fantastic. Yesterday, Kamil Mishara was the star of the game, played such a solid innings right at the top of the order. We expected there to be a bit of a challenging surface with the chase, but he made it look easy for the Greens and took them home. Kusal Mendes also featuring for the first time in this competition.
I think Lasit Kruspelle has been replaced by Kusal Mendes for the game today, and then Dushmanta Chamira is being replaced by Pramod Madhushan is playing today. So 2 changes for the Greens, but 4 changes for the Blues. Lashan Bandara is in. Ravinder Fernando is in. Nishan Madhushka is in as a replacement in the top order. So they've not got that start probably. That's why they need some runs on board, especially definitely to get that win tally and get points in the table, because they've lost 2 games and they're facing the unbeaten side, the Greens, today. They've been tremendous throughout this tournament so far still.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge for them, isn't it? They're coming in against the form team of the tournament. They've, of course, had a disappointing run. Be very interested to see what the situation is with Pathum Nissanka, whether he's been given a day off, because he's not featuring today. And to be honest, in the Blues lineup, he looked like the only man in form.
Well, we didn't see Asita Fernando in the previous 2 games. He's been replaced today. Asita Fernando playing his first game. Well, it could be interesting. He can swing that ball, definitely with these conditions. Asita Fernando is very fresh, playing county cricket, just landing probably yesterday or early morning today, and fresh, running in and bowling the first ball for the Blues.
And he'll be bowling to Kamil Mishara out in the middle once again, the man in form.
Well, all set. Here we go. Asita Fernando. Well, not a good start. Well, like I said, Estelle, there's some swing. Wide given. That time strained down the leg side.
A nice bit of shape from Asita Fernando, and I think that may have been a factor in him being picked for this game as well, ahead of Matisha Patirana. With the conditions overhead, Dilshan Madhushanka, Asita Fernando are going to be a really challenging prospect right at the top of the order for Mendis and Bishara.
Well, he has 2 fielders down in the boundary. Deep square leg and the fine leg. Nicely struck off the middle of the bat. He's off the mark. Good bit of fielding by Dasun Shanaka. Had been on. Well, Kamil Mishara was not among the runs in the T20s and the 50-over formats in the SLC, the Major League Tournament. But yesterday, he was outstanding. It's still the balls that he got, the loose deliveries, he was placing those balls towards those gaps, getting that odd boundary. In a crucial time, the run flow was very good, especially with Bhanuka Rajapaksa was also in the other end alongside him. They had that first power play. That was the platform that made yesterday's run chase, probably in just 16.4 overs, chasing that 160-odd target.
Yeah, he made it look very easy, didn't he, out there in the middle. He didn't take too many risks. We didn't see too many opportunities given by him either.
Right up the middle of the bat, some shape outside the off stump. This is interesting as well, that most of the fast bowlers with the new ball in T20 format especially, they have this deep point instead of the third man. It has been yeah, and the square leg as well, and it has been the deep point. It has been so many occasions, even the international levels, that we have seen that fielder down in the boundary instead of the third man.
Yeah, very interesting observation. We saw it in the previous game as well. Captains are tending to have the third and the fine leg in the circle, have square leg and deep point out in the boundary. Just probably a modern way of thinking, modern tactic that's being used by captains around the world. We're seeing it in different competitions, franchise competitions as well.
Well, play and a miss outside the off stump. Well, Asita Fernando is a bowler who can swing that ball with the red ball format as well. He's just after the red ball format in county cricket in the UK. He was doing well there. A promising prospect for the white ball format as well for Sri Lanka cricket.
It has featured when there's been injuries in the white ball format for the national side. Of course, he would like to play so much more, given that Sri Lanka don't play that many tests in a year.
Well, that was nicely played towards that deep point region. He's off the mark, Kusal Mendis. Probably he was rested in the first two games for the Greens, giving that opportunity for the new players like Lasith Kruspulle. But he couldn't be up to his mark. He was very good in the domestic formats, but he was not up to the mark in the previous two games. So probably that's why Greens giving that opportunity to the youngster and bringing in the star player Kusal Mendis into the side. Well, inside edge, is that the first boundary? Well, indeed, yes. It was not right off the middle at the back. Well, Kamil Mishara, boundaries are coming in his way throughout the last few days, Estelle, there you see.
He didn't get the middle of the bat, did he? But he found the boundary, and also goes to show how quick this outfield is, despite the bad weather we've seen so far today.
Well, indeed, it is very, very electrifying outfield, despite some of the puddles around, but still, it's very fast and quick here at SSC. Doesn't seem like it rained a few hours ago. This time, slower delivery, quick single. This is good batting. Just after a boundary, the very next ball, you get off strike. So first over done. Greens 8 for no loss. Well, there you go. The highest run getters of this SLC T20 tournament so far. Kamil Mishara is eyeing the top spot. Nobody Fernando has 88 runs with that 70 odd in the first game that he got. He's in the top of the list. Well, like Maha said earlier, even Nuwanidu is a very good bowler. He can bowl off spin as well. But Kamil Mishara is a very good fielder. He can keep wickets. He can bowl some off spin. And he opens the batting. He can bat anywhere. Especially with the new ball. Well, this time, over mid-on. Wide mid-on rather. A freebie into the hips. Well, Kamil Mishara is into double figures with that second boundary in his tab.
Yeah, this time he gets the middle of the bat, just chips it over that fielder at mid-on. Not the direction that Dilshan Madhushanka would have wanted. There will be movement, but important to get the ball in the right places.
Not the ideal start for Dilshan Madhushanka. First ball going for 4. Lot of pressure for the bowler. Foolish delivery. He went straight to mid-off.
You were talking about Kamil Mishara and what a utility player he is. Can bowl a bit of off-spin. Keeps when the team needs him to. I wonder if today he'll get that opportunity to bowl a bit with Kusal Mendis returning to this side. The senior campaigner be given the gloves. Mishara then would have the opportunity if given to take the ball as well.
Well, this time shortish delivery. He got a glove to it. A half tracker. Well, Dilshan Madhushanka bowled a half volley and now a short one. Up the mark today.
Not the direction that he would have wanted once again. I think Mishara would feel like he missed out on that occasion because it was going down the leg side. But I'd like to see Madhushankar coming in. He's been steaming in, generating some serious pace in this competition so far.
Well, Askaya, is there a fielder under it? Villalage. What a catch that is, running behind. Probably it was the slowest delivery. Dilshan Madhushankar, this time, he gets his man and the first wicket, the breakthrough that they needed for the Blues.
What a fantastic catch on that occasion from Dunit Villalage, running back, and then he had to change direction as well. Dasun Shanakar running his way, just keeps his eye on the ball, and that's a fantastic take by the Blues captain.
Well, the first wicket down, Kamil Mishara departs for 10 and the Greens 12 for 1. Well, Bhanuka Rajapaksa, the number 3 batter. He was very good with the strike rate yesterday as well, with those 2 big sixes. Well, he has that experience playing around the world in those franchise leagues. Well, Dilshan Madhushankar picking up that wicket. Kamil Mishara didn't get the distance. There was some height, but he couldn't go past that fielder. It was a skier. Probably that was a slower delivery, Esther. The ball not coming into the bat for Kamil Mishara. Well, there you go. That's the Dilshan Madhushankar we have seen. He's bowling that shape outside the off stump, and there you go.
He had just a wry smile from Bhanuka Rajapaksa, completely beaten, all ends up. Ball just moving off the surface away from the bat. So it's been a brilliant start. He got hit for a boundary off the first delivery, but since then he's begun troubling the batters.
Well, he was nowhere there to play it towards the leg side, praying across the line. A foolish delivery. Straight to the bowler. Eventful one. Just 4 runs coming the first ball, but he took his man. A wicket taking one for Dilshan Madhushankar. Greens 12 for 1 after 2 overs. Well, highest wicket so far, Nuwan Tushara for the Greens, Binra Fernando for the Greys, Ishan Malinga also for the Greys, all fast bowlers, and right at the bottom, the 5th place is Trevin Matthews. He has picked up 3 wickets. So that is interesting, Estelle. We have seen in domestic competitions that spinners have picked up plenty of wickets here when they play in Sri Lanka, but the fast bowlers have wickets in their tally. That's a great, remarkable achievement by the fast bowlers. Well, outside edge. There you see that fine third man, the short third man, he's been placed. But mind you, if he's not been placed, it could have gone to a boundary or a single. That's what I was talking about, the deep point fielder. That's a very interesting position in these T20 formats nowadays, especially.
Yeah, the third is very fine, isn't he? So you would reckon that if he was deep, probably runs to be had for the batters.
Well, play and a miss outside the off stump. That shape he gets, Asita Fernando, especially this kind of weather. It's a little muggy, overcast, cloudy.
Yeah, he'd be very happy bowling in these conditions, wouldn't he? I mean, the previous 2 games that the Blues played was vastly different. The conditions very sunny out there, very hot out there. So he'd be happy that he's been given this opportunity in these conditions.
Well, probably that's what Dunit Villalage wants after winning 3 tosses in a row. Well, I'm surprised that they don't have that slip fielder, because he's taking that ball away from the right hander, especially. So we have the last wicket to fall, Kamil Mishara. I had a feeling that it was a little hang-up with that delivery. There you see, it was a little slow, his delivery, probably a miscued shot. The height was there, but not the distance. See that catch, SL running behind. Well, now Dhananjay De Silva going at the slip. So probably that's what they should be placing. Now there's 6 fielders in the offside.
Yeah, Dhananjay De Silva doing the right thing. Experienced campaigner going up to the captain. Just giving that suggestion. Let's have an attacking fielder in. Bring another man onto the offside.
Well, right option. The conditions favouring the fast bowlers, especially is getting some swing. Look at this delivery there. You see Kusal Mendes even walking towards the off stump. Still, he's maintaining and continuing to bowl that outside the off stump line, not giving room. Now then, interesting. Still, the short third fielder is there and a slip. Probably that flying short third fielder. Well, this time misses everything and everyone. Was that the ink swinger? Was bowling and taking that ball outside the off stump, taking that shape away from the right hander. But this time, that jack backed in.
Yeah, just a little bit of in-dipping, and Kusal Janit Pereira behind the stumps, not able to get glove on it. So it races away to the boundary. Kusal Mendes looking a bit jittery out there, hasn't really got much bat on ball so far.
Probably after 2-3 weeks of a break, coming in playing with these conditions. I see. Just a single. It's been a very, very good over. So the Greens 17 for 1 after 3 overs. Well, like I said, Kusal Mendes taking that break, not having the perfect time after that break, probably with these conditions. Well, high up in there, miscued shot there, you see. A poor shot outside the off stump, trying to pull extra pace, beaten. Dilshan Madhusankar. He gets the second wicket. Well, the conditions are helping the fast bowlers right now. For the Blues especially, when they need that points on board.
Yeah, another breakthrough for Dilshan Madhusankar. Nothing kind of shot from Kusal Mendes. Just trying to drag the ball from outside the off stump. Once again, it's that man Dunit Villalage under the catch. So it's been a quiet start for the Greens so far. Mendes goes for 6. They're now 17 for 2.
Well, Sadir Samarikma The new man walking in with 2 down inside the 4th over. Will definitely help in the fast bowlers, but the shot selection also was not up to the mark. Still, it was pitched outside the off stump. Some bounce in it as well. Probably he would have gone over the cover point, probably on the offside, the top edge. Easy dolly catch. Vellalage picking up 2 catches. One was a brilliant one. The last one was just a dolly. Well directed shot delivery, like you mentioned earlier, Estelle. He's been very, very good with his pace, especially, and the bouncer. There you see. What a brilliant take as well from behind the stumps. Well, it's really, really surprised. Sadira Samaravikrama says, good afternoon.
Yes, such a great delivery to start things off against a new batter. Not easy, especially with the visibility now. Clouds coming in. It's a wide delivery from Madhushankar, just wavered. Wanting to go with the short one and then the full one, but just misses his line. A little bit an extra to the total.
This time, probably trying to get that swing with the short delivery. Expected to bowl a little fuller to the batter. Well, that took some away from the right-handed Sadira. Look at the delivery. Well, he's pushing his bat out to the off stump. He was trying to drag it. He was lucky there. Didn't get bat on it.
Not the easiest of conditions, is it? We've seen so far, particularly with 2 skillful bowlers like Asita Fernando and Dilshan Madhushankar running in.
Straight to extra cover. Well, batter seems to be a little bit struggling today with the conditions. Suddenly, Blues are on top after 2 losses with 2 wickets from Dilshan Madhushankar.
Yeah, but the Blues wouldn't want to get too complacent. They had the Greens at 45 for 5 in the first game. Still let it slip away. So they'll want to keep chipping away, keep picking up the wickets. And I think this is where Vellalage's captaincy will be tested as well. Spoken about how he's used too many options so far. That's a good shot by Sadira Samaravikrama, just chipping it over the mid-wicket fielder and finds the boundary. So he's found his timing and he gets off the mark.
Well, this time, foolish delivery into the pads. Flicked nicely over the mid-wicket fielder. He gets off the mark with that boundary, Sadira Samaravikrama. But he was batting well yesterday, isn't it? Anchoring the inning, getting those singles, getting the odd boundary. Looking for the quick single. Very good over from Dilshan Madhushankar. Getting his 2nd wicket of Kusal Mendes. 4 was done. The Greens 22 for 2. Well, Dashan Sanaka, I remember he bowled with the new ball in the power play in the first game and he captured 3 wickets. Probably that's why Dunit Vellalage bringing him in.
these are the type of conditions he'll enjoy as well, isn't it? If he can move the ball a little bit, even at his pace, challenging. But Bhanuka Rajapaksha is coming in with a bit of form, 38 of 20 in yesterday's game. And straight away, he comes down the track, goes over extra cover. Will the ball stop? Yes, it does. So, a couple of runs for Rajapaksha.
Yeah, he came down the track probably to get some pace on the ball. Dasun Sanaka doesn't give much pace. He's ideally the bowler who could bowl on these kind of conditions. Well, with the 2 runs, Bhanuka Rajapaksha, he's off the mark. Not a convincing way though, but still gets runs on board. A miscued shot over extra cover. Well, quick single. Sadiro Samarikma. Probably he's the quickest out of both these 2 batters out there in the middle.
I don't think that's a question, Rajiva, in terms of the speed. But that's a quick single from Bhanuka and Sadira. We did see Rajapaksha looking for singles in the previous game as well. That's the first wicket to fall. Kamil Mishara. Fabulous catch from Velalage. This time, Kusal Mendis' one a lot easier. Straight to him. So he's had success in the field. Dilshan Madhushankar, the one to pick up the 2 wickets for the Blues so far.
But probably for the Greens, they need that partnership. They have 2 down now just for 25 runs. That's a good delivery. Just nudging towards the leg side, Sadira Samrikma. So probably the Greens now with Kamil Mishara back in the heart, especially Kusal Mendis also. These 2 batters need to go for a little while, just hang around, build a partnership, take the responsibility, at least to bat on till the 10th over.
Yeah, any Green supporter would want that, isn't it? Bhanuka Rajapaksha, as I mentioned, looked in good touch yesterday. So if he is able to stay there longer period of time, you could see plenty of runs.
Well, he's targeting that late cut, trying to take the ball, creep through that short third and the cover point region. Look at this. Well, he should be very cautious. Could get that outside edge.
He's trying to use the pace, but Dasun Shanaka not really offering that much pace to the batters, is he? Could be a risky shot to play in this situation.
Well, this time pick-up shot. Where has it landed? Well, big 6. Through mid-wicket. Well, Bhanuka Rajapaksa, he's on fire. He gets a big 6 towards that mid-wicket region. Not much pace in it as well, so that's why he gets a free-flow shot. The power play.
When you've got that kind of power, you wouldn't want to see that batter trying to be cheeky, would you? Tried that late cut in the previous delivery. This time, just goes over mid-wicket. No pace from Dasun Shanaka, but that doesn't matter to Rajapaksha. He's been timing the ball well.
Well, this time, is it another 6? Well, over mid-off. Got some meat onto it. Bhanuka Rajapaksa getting consecutive 6s of Dasun Shanaka. Greens 38 for 2 after 5 overs.
4 minutes down.
38 for 2 after 5 overs. Banu Rajapaksha just got going in the last over. Sadhir Samaravikrama partnering him. Last over before the power play. Akila Dhananjay been introduced to the attack. A couple of big hits of Dasun Shanaka by Banu Rajapaksha. Probably getting the momentum shifted towards the batting side. Two fielders outside the circle is at deep mid and deep square leg. Taking the single. Right thing to do. Bhanuka is in form. Get a single. Getting back at the strikers in. Afternoon, Roshan.
Afternoon, Maha. Well, the Blues, they need a win here. And they've done well so far. They won the toss, put the Greens into bat. They pushed them to 39 for 2. And Bhanuka Rajapaksa and Sadhira Samaravikrama, the two batters together. And Akila Dhananjay, the mystery old fox, has so much up his sleeve, doesn't he? I mean, remember making his debut as a young man. That's a fine tickle. It will run towards fine leg. Asita Fernando may overhaul it. He doesn't. He's gone for 4.
Well, surprisingly, with all the rain soaked in the SSC outfield, the outfield has been quite quick considering amount of rain. This is a nice death touch by Banu Rajapaksha. Using the pace, Akila Dhananjay delivers, angling down the leg side. He's making sure that he got it fine as possible, with Asita Fernando being quite square at short fine leg. Good signs for Banu Rajapaksha. Played a bit of a cameo yesterday. Now carrying on his good form.
43 for 2 into the 6th over. They spoke about the SSC outfield. I mean, we talk of an international venue, and this is why it is an international venue. It's been maintained beautifully. The outfield, the ground itself. I mean, when you look at the rain that fell on this ground, and you don't believe. I mean, I find it difficult to believe that we started a game at 2 o'clock with all the rain. So hats off to the conditions, to the ground staff, and to everyone involved. Go straight. Very safe. Couple of bouncers should reach the boundary. It does. That's Sadhira. It was pitched up and off he went.
A beautiful shot. Probably the safest area in a cricketing field is over the top of the bowler. And nicely done. With the fielder at deep mid wicket and deep square leg. One thing Akila Dhananjay couldn't do was to pitch it up. He did. And he's punished by Sadhira Samaravikrama with a lovely straight hit. Change the field. Square leg comes in. And mid-arm drops back for Sadhira Samaravikrama. Single to end the power play. With the Greens are 49 for 2.
Power play. 49 for 2. Spoke about the hard-working ground staff, Maha. Here are some of them. Yes, they certainly worked very, very hard indeed.
Unsung heroes. How many times we've seen these gentlemen put in their heart and soul and getting the conditions right for a game of cricket. We've seen international cricket, and not surprised today as well, the way they worked like a well-oiled machine. Made sure all the water which was lodged on top of the covers without a super stopper. Only half an hour delay. Well done to the gentleman, the groundsman.
Yeah, I think it's military precision as far as they were concerned. Velalage starting off. The skipper. He will bowl from round the wicket to the right-hander.
Yeah, that occasion the ball actually drifted in back to the right-hander. But watch out for the one which turned just like that, because underneath there is a bit of moisture, and I said on my pitch report, Roshan, there is darkness underneath, and all of a sudden with the first ball is fizzing trying to hit the front pad, the next one turn and bounce. This will create major doubt on the batsman's mind now.
See, the second delivery that turned, he bowled much slower. The first one was fired in. The second one gripped a bit, turned and bounced, as you said. 3 very good deliveries for Sportylk, who doesn't bowl the fourth.
That's called mind games. We have a spinner in our com box, Rajiv Veerasinghe. He thinks he turned the ball, but he actually did. But whenever the batsman is trying to hit you for a fixed 6 or a 4, that's what he does.
So, are you trying to tell me that batters got out to him playing for the turn that went straight through? Is that what you're saying?
When he was playing for the NCC, he was a proper off spinner. Once he left, he'll probably answer you.
Good work, half stopped. It's tidied up by the field at backward square leg. Couple of runs. The 50 is up. Dilshan Madhushankar diving, trying to stop it. Couldn't get his entire body behind it.
Good effort by Dilshan. Something had to give with 4 dot deliveries in the first 4 deliveries by Vellalage. Just the right pace again, trying to slog. Akila Dhananjay, the fielder, he should cut it off. Slight juggle, but he made sure only 2 runs being added to the scorecard. 53 for 2 after 7.
Right, that's a look at the bowling. 5 bowlers used. All of them look good excepting Dasun Shanaka, who's gone for 16 runs. Akila Dhananjaya 11, but he didn't bowl badly. Dunith Vellalage getting a bit of turn. Asita Fernando and Dilshan Madhushankar very good. Look at Madhushankar 2 for 9 in 2 overs. So Dhananjaya will continue. 53 for 2. Gloomy skies. There will be that moisture anyway as the game progresses. Goes down the track, not in control, might be taken in the deep. It is. Very, very good catch by Dasun Shanaka. I didn't think Bhanuka Rajapaksa was in control at all. Miscued it, taken at long off.
I thought Bhanu Rajapaksa was trying to go over extra cover. He's opening himself up by staying leg side-ish to get it over extra cover. But probably the lack of pace off the pitch. They couldn't get the done. And Dasun Shanaka, how many times we've seen that? He's mobile, he's athletic, dives across. And a celebration which he'll have himself has to explain to us. Rajapaksha gone for 20. It's 53 for 3.
Right, a man in form, Pavan Ratnayaka. He's been having a purple patch as a batter. Scored runs in Australia, scored runs in the A-team series, has had a wonderful domestic series. I've been knocking on the door. Batted well in the last game after a rare failure in the first match. Comes in with the greens in a spot of bother. 53 for 3 into the 8th over. Sadhira Samaravikrama 15 of 16 subdued. It was Rajapaksa who was looking to take the bowling on Dhananjaya. He'll have 3 men on the leg side boundary. Leg break and taken. First ball. It's wicket number 4 of the greens, and Pavan Ratnayaka goes of the very, very first delivery.
Again, evidence of the slowness of the pitch. Pavan Ratnayaka on a dry surface skidding onto the bat. This would have gone along the ground for a single. On this occasion it was full enough, but just lobs it up. Good catch of his own bowling, Akila Dhananjaya. 2 big wickets. First Rajapaksha, now Pawan Ratnayaka goes for golden duck. 53 for 4.
Well, he's coming out to avert the hat-trick. Kamidu Mendes batting a little bit low today in the batting order, with Kusal Mendes coming into the side. But Akila Dhananjaya, with his tail up, with 2 wickets of 2 balls, he's brought in a slip, but he's kept that extra cover mid-wicket area open. Expect the wrong and or maybe even the off break. That's the leg side, slip in. Looks like an off break to me, but let's see. Yes, it was. It was the off break. But pushed through a little bit quicker. Allowed Kamidu Mendes to play almost off the back foot.
Kamidu Mendes, massive responsibility on his shoulders. Batting at number 6, usually bats at 4 in the national side. He's up against. Oh! I love the pace, but Takale is bowling. Not that quick, just the right pace on a surface which is stopping a bit.
Yeah, I think that's the experience the man carries. He's highly experienced. It's a long and a distinguished domestic career. Beautifully studded with some international games. Nicely blended, I must say. Right, let's show you the 2 wickets that the Dhananjaya had of 2 deliveries. This is Bhanuka Rajapaksa, not in control. Good catch by Dasun Shanaka, and then an equally good catch by the bowler himself. Timed the jump well. Consecutive wickets of consecutive balls. 1 ball to go in the over. This has been a good one. Just a single and 2 wickets. 2 for 12 so far. Leg break. Oh, dropped him. I'm just wondering whether it's a catch. Let's see what the umpire says. Yes, he confirms it's a catch. Would have been a sharp chance. Dhananjaya De Silva. 55 for 4.
Sadir Samar Vikrama living a long life there. Massive effort, or a good effort by the test skipper of Sri Lanka, Dhananjaya De Silva at leg gully. Beautifully bowled, chipped it over the top. That's quite evident, isn't it? The spinners are not getting a big turn, but certainly just holding on the pitch, which the better batsmen are struggling to get the pace out of it. Now this was the last ball of the last over. It went quick, but at this level, Dhananjaya De Silva has taken harder chances than that should have been taken.
Yeah, it was a sharp chance. Would have been a good catch. Came to him very quickly. Reaction time was very, very little. But yes, you're right. We've seen him take some outstanding chances or catches in the slips in particular, in the red ball format. Now Kamidu Mendes 1 of 3, Sadira 17 of 18. The sweep, very effective with the left arm spinner spinning back into him.
I think in this surface, most of the batters in both the sides will probably get the sweep out rather than trying to go down the track. It's because of the slowness of the pitch. Straight away, coming the Mendes, even before Dunit Vellalage was gathering in, he made sure that he was down in one knee to get it top on. Long on in place. And a nothing shot by Sadhira Samaravikrama. We've seen that shot being played against the off spinners, almost like a chip shot in the gap between long on mid wicket. This was against the turn, and he perishes finally.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dhananjay De Silva will be very relieved, but Sadhira Samaravikrama has to blame himself. It's not the type of surface to play shots like that. The ball just sticking a bit. Timing is not easy. And Dhananjay De Silva this time making no mistake. Out for 17 of 19 balls. And the Greens sink even further, 57 for 5. Right, the saviour of the first game, Chamika Karunaratne, comes in at a precarious time. The Greens are 57 for 5. Let me remind you, Maha, that he came in at a similar time, 42 for 5. And then he was in the company of Kamidu Mendis in that partnership.
Different situation. In that game, the Greens were chasing. Now they're setting up a score. And I like this move by Villalage by having 5 fielders in the circle, including a slip fielder. The best thing to do when the difficult conditions out there as a right-hander facing left-arm spinner, get a single, get the left hand on strikers. And
it's a good ploy, left-arm spinner against the left-hand batter. That's another look. I think Sadhira Samaravikrama was not in control and obviously knew that the shot was not on. Oh, what about that? Well, did he touch anything? Didn't look like it. Kusal Pereira wasn't excited.
I think Bruce Palliurige did not call it wide simply because the ball was pitching outside the off stump. A bit of glove, not too sure. The replay might tell us a better story. Nevertheless, Villalage is bowling the right pace by slowing it down. End of the 9th over, 58 for 5.
Akila Dhananjay will continue, and why not? So you could see that Dunit Villalage is looking to use his spinners quite judiciously himself. Dhananjay into his 3rd over, bowling the middle overs, trying to break the back of the Greens. Chamika Karunaratne, who had a good outing with the bat and ball in that game, in that first game, where he virtually helped the Greens to win from a no-win situation. The sweep is on, and he does sweep well, and he gets a boundary.
On a surface like this, which is holding on a bit, the sweep shot becomes a very good weapon for the batters if they can play it along the ground most of the time. What Chamika did well, he made sure that he went outside the off stump, though the line was straight, and he got his head position well ahead than his head, beg your pardon, his leg. He played along the ground. Usually when a spinner is bowling leg spinner to the right hand, we've seen most of the time the slip fielder will be the offside. Akila Dhananjay, he's having other ideas with the leg slip.
Ball in.
Just getting back to that sweep shot. Got inside the line and swept it. Waited for it and swept it pretty late. So that's why he got it behind the keeper. 3 balls to go in the over. Looks to play that not a slog sweep, but looks to work it from outside the off stump.
That was a premeditated stroke by Chamika. Even before the ball was delivered, he has made up his mind that delivery has to go towards mid. This should have been easily driven through the offside. It was full enough. The other thing to note about, on a pitch where 170, 160 was scored, I reckon in this pitch, if the greens can get to 140 somehow, crawling their way, I think there'll be a fight with greens with their confidence high, winning the first 2 games. Looks like a slide has a lot of option when it comes to spinners. On the other hand, blues are under pressure. They are searching for the first win. So these 2 batters, if they can crawl towards 140, I think we'll certainly feel that we will have a game later on in the day. Halfway mark, 63 for 5, and the players and the officials will have a well-earned drinks break.
So 63 for 5, the greens. Chamika Karunaratne and Kamil Mendes is out there in the centre. This is how the wickets fell. The first to go was Kamil Mishra. I thought that was a wonderful catch by Dunit Vellalage. It's not easy running back and positioning yourself. And then Kusal Mendes just didn't read the line of that.
Goes down the track.
Held it. Dasun Chana held on to a very good, but this is a very soft dismissal. And then Dunit Vellalage getting Sadira Samaravikrama also caught in the deep. Those are the 5 wickets to fall. And this is how the batters have done. Bhanuka Rajapaksam is the top scorer so far with 20. Sadira and Kamil Mishra are both getting double figures. But Kamudu and Chamika, they got a big job ahead of them. They don't have big batting to come. They don't bat that deep. And in the bowling, 2 wickets for Dilshan Madhushankar. He's been very good. His economy has been good. 2 wickets for Akila Dhananjay. He's also been in the 6-run mark in his economy. So it's got a game on. These 2 from 42 for 5 took the Greens to victory in the previous game against the Blues. Let's see what they can do to set a target for the Blues.
Yes, Kosala, they put on 65 or 42 deliveries in that game, coming to Mendes and Chamika Karunaratne. So, job's not yet done for the Blues. They've been in this situation before in just their previous game against this same team. So, they'll know they need to make a breakthrough here. You mentioned Dilshan Madhushankar. I'd be very interested to see when Dunit Vellalage decides to bring him back into the attack.
Velalage's length has been not that great. It's been on the shorter side. Both Karunaratne and Mendes comfortably punching it down the ground for singles. This type of batting will release the pressure of the two batters. They wouldn't mind the boundaries drying out for a little bit. He likes to play that sweep, isn't it?
Yeah, that's his go-to shot against the spinners, isn't it? So interesting to see what kind of tactics, what kind of score they'll look for now. 66 for 5, 10.3 overs, but the sun is coming out now, so will the conditions get a bit better for the batters, particularly in that second innings? That's got a little bit of a nick. It's running down to the boundary. Coming to Mendes. Gets a much needed boundary off the bowling of Dunit Vellalage.
Well, once again, the line was wrong. That one was spinning into him. Coming the Mendes only had to help its way. And Estelle, despite the heavy rain that we had, this outfield is still lightning fast. It gives very little chances of the fielders to chase down the balls. It's more firmly struck. And they come back for 2. Good running. So this is becoming a very good over for the Greens. 9 runs off it so far.
Yeah, and with not much of a risk taken, isn't it? So they'll be happy with that. Just on the fielding on that occasion, Ashen Bandara featuring in this competition for the first time. He's been a feature in the outfield for the Blues so far.
Good over for the Greens. 10 coming off that. It's the end of the 11th. It's 73 for 5. So what Kamidu and Chamika would want to do now is trying to bat till about the 15th over, Estelle, and try and so it's a change in the bowling. Vishen Halabage, the young man, has been given the ball. So what does he dish out, Estelle?
A little bit of leg spin, isn't it? And interesting action as well. Not quite Paul Adams, but the arm is coming very much over his head.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to take a look at how he's got a long run up for a leg spinner. Runs in more like a medium pacer and bowls a very quickish leg break, but he's been short on both occasions, and it's been another couple for the Green.
Yeah, once again, good fielding in the deep by Ashen Bandara. Made the batters really work for what should have been a comfortable 2. The less Halabage, a bit lucky that he hasn't gone for more runs, been a bit on the shorter side so far.
Well, he's gone over the line here, so we're going to have a free hit. There you go, that's a signal for the free hit.
Exactly what you would not want from your spinner, just barely over the line. And coming to Mendes, he struck that well. Dhananjay De Silva does really well to pull that back in. It's good fielding from the veteran.
Excellent work. Excellent work from the Sri Lankan Test captain. Let's take a look at that again. Kamindu Mendes got a good part of the bat on that. And Dhananjaya De Silva, look at the presence of mind. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, De Silva did put down a catch in the previous game in a similar location of the field, but this time he knows what he's doing. He knows it's a free hit, it can't be a dismissal, so just spills the ball back into the playing area.
Dhananjaya De Silva's effort, very well done. Brilliant presence of mind. Great stuff. And this time, Kamindu Mendes smashes it, but still finds a fielder. The Greens wouldn't mind this still because they got another 9 runs of this over. In fact, 10. It's the end of the over. 83 for 5.
5 minutes down after 12.
So the Greens, there you go. Bhanuka Rajapaksa still the highest scorer, but the two batters out there in the centre getting into double figures with 15 and 12 respectively. And Dilshan Madhushankar, you wanted this, Estelle. That's a good move. Bring your wicket-taking bowler, try and get rid of this pair. 2 for 9. Doesn't start off that well, and Kamindu Mendes has just helped its way to pick up another boundary.
You're just helping that on its way. Kamindu Mendes. Dilshan Madhushankar starts its new spell a bit waywardly, similar to how he started the new ball spell as well. So he'll want to get things back on target. Picked up those 2 wickets to fall early on in the innings. And for sure, Dunit Velalage has brought him in to pick up more wickets. So needs to get his direction right.
Very well done. Good cricket all around.
Beautiful.
Again, brilliant fielding. Put the pressure on the batters, but the batters also did well to come back for 2. Take a look at this again. Good one-hand pick up. And there comes the throw. Oh, if the throw would have been a good one, that would have been the end of Kamindu Mendes. Just needed to go into the keeper's gloves.
Once again, it's that man, Ashen Bandara. He adds so much in the field. Just creates those opportunities, doesn't he? Because of how quick he is.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty. This is what he should be trying to do. Look at the movement he got on that. There you go. Beauty.
It's just shaping away from the left hand on that occasion. Madhushankar has got his length and line right with the 3rd delivery of this over.
Oh.
One over the shoulder.
Good. Good from Dilshan Madhushankar. But again, Estelle, they've got 6 or 4 balls. Get another couple in the remaining 2. They will be quite happy because without much notice, they're getting that 8 to 10 runs and over.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got 20 over the last 2 overs without really taking too many risks. It's going well for the Greens so far, and it's that partnership again. Hamil Mendis, Dilshan Madhushanka wavered once again. And Kamindu Mendis finds a boundary once again.
12 of the over again, but this time it has 2 boundaries in the over. Again, Dilshan Madhushanka far too short. And Dilshan Madhushanka, or rather Kamindu Mendis had all the time in the world to place it to wherever he wanted. Even the diving effort of Halamage couldn't stop that. Madhushanka trying to bowl it into the surface on that occasion. Didn't come out right. A single will end over number 13. 13 runs coming off that over. It's 94 for 5. The Greens will be quite happy with it. Vellalage comes back from the opposite end that what he was bowling. Change of ends for him. And oh! It's a wide. Just not the start that he would have wanted. Oh, beautifully done. It bisected the 2 fielders. There was not much of a gap between those 2, but Kamindu Mendis' placement has been fantastic. He picks up another boundary.
Yeah, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Greens. They've got few consecutive good overs going. 11 of the previous one. Now they've already started with 5 of 1 delivery in this over. Wide and a boundary. So things going well for this partnership once again.
Again, good running, very good running. They took on the fielder's arm on that occasion. The 100 comes up for the Greens. This is good. That run rate gradually creeping up now. SL, this partnership is 44 of 30. Kamindu Mendis is doing the bulk of the scoring here. And he continues to work that ball around, pick up the 1s, pick up the 2s. And they come back for 2 more. 9 of the over so far.
Yeah, this is just really intelligent cricket, isn't it, from Kamindu Mendis? He's got the boundary that he needed in the over. Now just looking to work the ball into those big gaps. Fielders having plenty to do out there.
This is great stuff. This is fantastic stuff from the Green skipper. Nothing much that the Blues captain can do. He waits for the bad ball, gets the boundary, works a single, makes the 1s into 2s. What else could you ask for, so?
Yeah, not much wrong done by the bowlers either. They haven't been bowling badly, but it's just been really clever cricket from this pair, particularly Kamindu Mendis, who's now moved to 35 of 24.
Chance of a run out? No. Still good running. Just drop and run. There go Chamika on that occasion. Just a small jab, and then Velalage thought he was in with a chance, but Chamika is lightning fast between the wickets. Oh, this is great. This is great stuff. 8, 9, 10, 11, with 12 with the wide coming from that over. It's not helping the Blues cause at the moment. 14 overs done, 106 for 5. .49-run partnership of 35 balls. Karunath has only contributed 13 to it, but Kamidu Mendes, 34 of 21.
And what's good about it, Kosala, is that he hasn't really taken too many risks. In a risk-free innings so far, 36 of 25. Dasun Shanaka now being brought back into the attack. There was a conversation there whether it should be Akila Dhananjaya or Dasun Shanaka. They've opted for the medium pacer.
He went for 16 in his first over. He's going to take pace off for sure. That's what Dasun Shanaka will be doing. Ashen Bandara is all over the place, isn't it? Excellent fielder now. Chamika will take strike to Dasun Shanaka. He's just made 13 of 13, but he's played the second fiddle role to Kamidu Mendes. Partnership is 50 now. He just have some customary things that goes on before he settles on his stance, isn't it, Chamika? Good shot. Very well played, but very well fielded again. Great work down in the deep. Only a single.
Yeah, that's fantastic fielding from Nishan Madhushka out in the deep. Put in the dive, but he was up so quickly. Batter's not managing to come back for 2, and that's big achievement because these two have been running so well between the wickets so far. There you go. Up on his feet in a flash.
The theory by the Blues have been back of the length here. That's what they've been doing. Even Dilshan Madhushanka, but the moment you miss on that length, you're in trouble.
It must be so frustrating for the Blues as well, isn't it? They know that if they can just pick up 1 wicket here, they'll really have the Greens on the back foot. But once again, it's been this pair, Chamika Karunaratne Kamidu Mendes, who've thwarted them. Whether it turns out to be a match-winning partnership, we'll have to wait and see. But they've been fantastic so far.
Well bowled. Very well done. We haven't seen much of those, isn't it, Estelle? Dot balls, where they've at least worked a single off every ball, these two. And now Rasun Shanaka manages to beat the bat. Oh, there's a loud shout. But that's outside the line to me.
It just looked like Chamika Karunaratne. There you go. He takes that step to stand just outside the off stump. But yeah, you got to say the umpire probably got that right. Not hitting in line with the stumps.
Last ball coming up of over number 15. This has been a decent over compared to the previous 4 that we've seen. Only 4 runs been given still. So this is good from Shanaka. This time makes room for himself, but finds a fielder in the deep. It's just a single. It's the end of over number 15. The Greens are 111 for 5.
Nelson on the board, 5 wickets down, and Greens are looking like well on their way to get one score to 151.60, which I feel is a very, very good score under the circumstances. Taking a look at the conditions, projected score at the moment is 148. If these two batters remain the next 3 overs, I think 160 certainly is gettable. Akila Dhananjay starts off with a short one. Very well fielded. That was Ashen Bandara, moved across like a flash and threw in one motion. Afternoon to you, Rajiv Veerasinghe.
Good afternoon, Maha. Last 31 balls, they managed to get 49 runs. And this partnership going beyond 50-run mark for the second time in this tournament. They did it in the first game with the same opposition.
Leg spinner. Missed out Chamika Karunaratne. 2 for 19 in 3.2 overs. Akila Dhananjay just quietly getting the job done, isn't he? Pawan Ratnayak and Banu Rajapaksha is 2 scalps. Sweep shot employed. Should be just a single.
They got on right on top of it, playing it along the ground. Well, Chamika Karunaratne is playing the second fiddle role. There you see the coaching staff, Sajeev Virakon, Darshan Agamage, and the head coach for the Blues, Kandambi. Just after that break, things have not gone their way. Allowed appeal again.
Outside the line. Kusal Janit Pera, the wicket keeper, he was not interested at all. He was googly attempted by Akila Dhananjay. Yeah, certainly good decision by the umpire. Take a look at Akila Dhananjay and take a look at Kusal Janit. He had no interest. Off spinner. Should be just a single.
Well, yeah, I think Kusal read it that it was definitely outside the line. Well, just 3 runs coming off this over, Maha. Very crucial stage. When the other day, Vellalage operating the spinners in the latter part of the overs.
Shot. Shane Bandara at mid-wicket. He gives up the chase him pretty early. Akila Dhananjay till then bowled 5 good deliveries. Spoils it by giving away a boundary. Finishes his spell. 2 for 25. It's 114 for 5. Asita Fernando looks like he's going to finish off the innings. First 2 overs was excellent. Got some movement, bounce, decent pace. And he's up against 2 players who are well settled.
Yeah, definitely, Maha. He bowled well with the new ball. Started the innings, but getting that ball outside the off stump, especially with the likes of Kusal Mendes. Got some swing with the conditions at the time when it's a little muggy and overcast.
Right, 6 fielders in the offside for Asita Fernando for Kamidu. The line has to be around the 6th off stump or probably 7th. Walks across. Try to scoop it over. That's a good delivery by Asita Fernando. Probably saw early coming the Mendes trying to scoop it, and even more outside the off stump. Cross the line. Nicely done.
Kamidu is a batter who is very innovative. He likes that scoop. That's why an attempt, but bowling that wide outside the off stump, trying to play on the offside. Well, Asita Fernando bowling that line outside the off stump, Maha. With 6 fielders, especially those wide Yorkers, probably the ideal at this crucial stage in the latter part of the overs.
Wide Yorkers, slow balls is the order of the day for Asita Fernando, using all his experience. Got the first couple of games off after heavy workload in the county championship, playing for Glamorgan. Actually, he flew with me when I came from Dubai, and I asked him, how's the body? He said, plenty of overs, I need a rest. So I think this is where the management made sure that they were sensible by not overusing Asita Fernando, gave him a week off, and said we're getting to play this tournament for in a must-win game for the Blues. York again. This time, Kamidu Mendes got it in full, and he made sure he scooped it over fine leg.
Well, this time, a full toss. The ball's flying towards the short fine region. There you see, got that meat. And then the ball's flying towards that fine leg vacant region. Well, that's what I said. He is very innovative. He loves that shot, especially that scoop. There's plenty of runs in it. Well, Kamidu Mendes is moved to 45 now. This partnership is very crucial for the Greens with 3.5 overs left.
Watch out for the scoop again, or probably even a paddle sweep. Oh, extra cover. Got protection though. Okay, it was a slower delivery by Asita.
This time, slower delivery outside the off stump. Played officially towards the sweeper cover region. He has to field a deep third man, wide is third man, I'd rather say. A deep cover. And a mid-off there in the boundary. So 123 for 5 with probably like 20 balls left. What are you looking at, the score?
If these two bats at least about the 19th, though win 1-6 is definitely gettable. Seems like same line of attack for the right hand as well by Asita. 6 fielders in the offside, only 3 in the leg side. Slower delivery, close to being called wide, and Ruchira Palligurige finally gets some exercises. I think that was a sensible call. Asita Fernando probably will question the umpire that Chamik Karunaratne walked towards the off stump. But I felt it was a sensible call though.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, probably he is a little outside the off stump, but still, it's way wide outside the off stump. With Maha yesterday, 160 odd were chased down. But with that conditions right now, it's sunny.
The conditions certainly look favourable for batting now. That's a top edge. Should be a couple of runs easy. The Blues won't mind to chase down a score of 160, I feel. Sun baking down on this track, it'll quicken up. Whatever moisture was underneath probably will be just going off at the moment, and the outfield also will get much more quicker. What the Blues need is a good finish, next 3.1 overs, and the openers to come out with the top order to give a flourishing start in the power play. When you're up against a side who's unbeaten, playing well, that's the Greens, you need the big players to come into party. Likes of Kusal Janit Pereira, the likes of Dhananjay De Silva, Dunith Vellarage, young Vishen Halamage, though he's young, he's certainly got the capabilities to be a dangerous player. End of the 17th, it's 126 for 5. Partnership 69 of 52. These two players did the same thing against the same opposition in the first game. That was while chasing down. On this occasion, it's building up a score. Dilshan Madhusankar, 2 overs to 20. Very impressive with the new ball. He'll be bowling his last over.
Well, death overs. The previous game, he bowled his third over, going for runs in the previous occasion against the Greys. But he's opted to go with the same field, Maha. 2 fielders behind square.
I think Darshan Gamage, the fast bowling coach of this Blue side, has got an almost similar plan to most of the batters. Probably for the right-hander, Dilshan Madhusankar will be comfortable bowling the line outside the yaw stump, but up against left-hander, hard work. Partnership so far between Chamika and Kamidu.
Well, look at the timing, look at the placement, these two batters. Well, that was on top edge. Well, these two batters have anchored the innings when they were 57 for 5. Got together, building that partnership. They are neighbours in the club levels, but see the partnership out there in the middle, Maha.
Shot in the slot. And over the side screen it goes to the grass banks. Shamika Karunaratne, that was a massive hit.
Well, asking for trouble if you bowl there for Chamika Karunaratne. Well, Dilshan Madhusankar, that's what I said in the previous game also, bowling the death overs, he conceded 20 runs. This occasion, similar situation. There I see on the slot, flat batted, probably 85 meters at least, Maha.
Margin of error bowling Yorkers against good players like Chamika who can hit the long ball is very, very minimum, isn't it? You miss the length at least by 6 inches. You get the proper treatment like how he did in the last ball. Pressure is on the bowler now. He has to get the line right and most importantly the length. Shot again. Finds the fielder. Slow ball that time by Dilshan.
Reminds you, this partnership, see the total. Now the sun is out and the runs are flowing out here at SSC as well, especially for the Greens. Chamika was playing that second fiddle role in this partnership, but right now he's ticking in, he's accelerating now, changing his gears, shifting it perfectly with the last few overs.
Oh, should have left it, Kamidu. The partnership is 78 at the moment. Just what the doctor ordered, isn't it? For the Greens to rebuild this innings. A sign of a good side. Though they're looking down the barrel, someone put their hands up and get the job done. That's Kamidu. Beg your pardon, Chamika and skipper Kamidu.
Well, if he would have left it, it's certainly wide delivery. Will come the Mendes. anchoring his inning alongside the partner Charmika. Well, they have built up a decent score from the score they were at 5 down.
Slower delivery again. The 6 and 4 singles gets up to score of 10 runs from 5 deliveries. Pretty sure Kamidu will try and attack the last ball.
But the wicket seems to be coming on. The ball coming on to the bat. There's hardly not much turn right now. But with last 2 overs to come in, if they can go up to about 160, Greens have a very good bowling attack, mind you, with the wrist spinners in as well.
Just 2 runs away from a half century, Kamidu. Paddle sweep. Dhananjay Silva gives the chase. Should be easy couple of runs, and with that couple brings up the 50 for Kamidu Mendis, the captain of the Greens, in just 38 deliveries. Very well batted, skipper. Just a timely knock the Greens needed. 138 for 5. Current run rate of 7.6 maintained by the Greens. 18 overs done, 138 for 5. Charmik and Kamidu, they have done the hard work now to reap their rewards by freeing their arm. Have some fun in the next 12 deliveries, gentlemen, and entertains one and all. Asita Fernando will finish off 3 for 20, 3 overs, 21 runs so far. Shot again, long off in place. Did not time it properly. Slow ball to start by Asita.
Well, Charmika likes pace at this time, especially the death overs. He can go with his free flow, go for a big sixes. So Kamidu Mendis, what a major role he has played in this game. See that boundary, he had a very slow start, but then anchoring that innings, especially towards that leg side, getting so many boundaries, Maha. And there you see another one. So he placing those gaps onto the leg side was a key factor into this, especially his favorite area.
Slower delivery. Long on says mine, and he takes it in the end. Slowness of the pitch, slow ball into the pitch, I should say, by Asita. And Kamidu Mendis only managed to find the fielder at long on.
Well, this time Asita Fernando gets his first wicket, bowling into the pitch, slowest delivery, wide outside the off stump. Kamidu trying to go towards the leg side, not getting the right meat of it. A very good catch, an easy one rather for Ravinder Fernando. Well, Ravinder Fernando is the right arm off spinner batter. Kamidu Mendis 50, facing 39 deliveries and 139 for 6, the Greens.
Dushan Hemantha, the new batter for the Greens. A massive partnership between Charmik Karunaratne and Kamidu Mendis, the skipper, comes to an end with a slow ball. There was a timely innings, a timely partnership, and now Dushan Hemantha, his job is to get a single and get Charmika Karunaratne back at the striker's end. And he starts it with a single and gets Charmika back at the strikers.
The first ball rightly done by Hemantha. Well, Asita Fernando has bowled well today. There you see the slowest delivery into the pitch, trying to go towards the leg side. Miscued shot. Ravindra Fernando. An easy dolly for him and long on. Well, Maha, we haven't seen him bowl today. Ravindra Fernando, the right arm off spinner, can bat. Very good hard hitting batter as well. Impressive off spinner.
That's wide.
Got to be a wide. Just on Dunit Vellalage in the first couple of games, one area I did question as well, the number of bowlers he uses in innings, and he got particularly the bowlers who are playing as the bowlers in the side rather than all-rounders. And I think if my memory serves me right, he had about 8 bowlers bowling and only one bowler bowled his quota, that Dunit Vellalage himself. So today he's probably learned from his mistake, only bowled about 6 bowlers. And that's one reason why Ravindra Fernando possibly missed out. But it's a learning curve for Dunit Vellalage as well. He's been identified as a leader for the future. So it's important to give him chances in tournaments like this against quality players playing in it.
Well, rightly said, Maha. 4 of the bowlers bowling their quota of the 4 overs. Vellalage bowled 4 overs, then Akila Dhananjaya bowled 4 overs, Dilshan Madhusankar. Now Asita is going to finish his spell as well. So probably that's the reason. Well, Vellalage marching his troops for that victory today.
2 more deliveries to finish off. Slower delivery. Nice discussed by Asita Fernando, using all his experience, bowling the penalty mat over without a boundary, without a 6, not even a couple in this over so far.
Just 4 runs, Maha, in his first 5 deliveries in this last over into his spell. And Dushan Hemantha. See the depth of the batting order, the Greens.
Simple message to Dushan Hemantha. Swing through the line, swing to the hills, or swing to the stands. Certainly he does. No power though. Long off fielder Ravindra Fernando does the mocking up, and a very good over and a spell comes to an end by Asita Fernando. It's 143 for 6. Battle of the all-rounders. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Dasun or Chamika? Line of attack for Dasun Chanaka is going to be round the wicket. Deep mid, deep long on, deep third man, deep cover point, and a long off. And the fielding side have been penalized with only 4 fielders outside. That is because the over rate is poor by the Blues. First ball over extra cover. Did not run at all. Dushan Hemantha, just a boundary.
Well, this time Dasun Chanaka bowling a little fuller. I see. Oh, extra cover. Standing tall in the crease. Dushan Hemantha gets his first boundary. Little wide out to the off stump. It's a freebie for the batter. Swing his hands. Well, he's adjusting the field, Maha, now. Bowling round the wicket, bowling outside the off stump. That angle with the pace of his doesn't help the team's cause, probably.
I thought it was a poor option by Dasun. Bowling a slow ball. First ball itself. Not the right option, in my opinion. Slow ball bouncer. Ruchira Pallu gave from cover point. Not deep square leg. He signals 1 for the over. That's much better by Dasun.
Yeah, prior to that delivery, he had that square leg field inside the 30-yard circle. Dropped it down to the boundary and then bowling that shorter delivery. I see.
In my opinion, that was very, very close to being a wide. Full toss. Misses out Dushan. Trying to take the leather off the ball by leaning back. The secret when you're striking or trying to hit in the death overs is to stay low and keep your weight going forward rather than going behind when you're taking power. Good hitters around the world, that's what they do. Have a good base, swing through the line, have your weight in your front foot. So possibly we'll see that from Chamika Karunaratne. Naturally, he has more power than Dushan Hemantha. Change the field for Chamika. The cover point drops back. Dhananjali Silva and the fine leg into the circle. This is crucial. Only 4 fielders outside the circle. Looks like it's going to be outside the off-stump line predominantly, with all 3 fielders in front of square in the offside are favoring the boundary. Only 1 fielder in the leg side at long on. Perfectly bowled. This is experience for you, Bam Dasun. Direct hit. Direct hit. Dasun Chanaka. That's not an appeal, that's a plea. He cannot believe it. Direct hit most of the times are close. Remember, there's no third umpire. So the addition has to be made in on field.
They took that gamble. Running the first run hard there, you see. Shahid the stumps, Vellalage. Well. I'm speechless, Maha.
Umpiring position was good, but not the decision though. That should have been given out. I think Dasun Chanaka, using all his experience, he knew straight away that was out. Full toss. 2 is the call by Chamika. This should be easy, couple of runs. And with that 2 in the previous delivery, brought up the 150 and the score moves to 152.
Well, Dasun Chanaka taking the gamble and the risk. If there's only long on being placed, coming round the wicket, bowling that outside the off-stump line, not giving that room for Chamika to go towards the mid-wicket region. The last ball coming up in Green's innings.
Last ball, misses the length, and into the grass bank it goes. Certainly the momentum is with the Greens, finishing off in style to get the score to 158, which I feel Rajiv Veerasinghe definitely defendable.
Yeah, on this track for sure. Second day on this wicket. Look at that. Look at the meat. Look at the power. Magnificent. 15 runs coming off that over. The last over. That was a big 6. Some meat, some power. The muscle power. Chamika.
The last over was built up. Battle between the 2 all-rounders. 4 deliveries was really good. I thought only the first and the last, Dasun Chanaka, missed the length, and he paid the price with a 4 and a 6 being conceded. 20 overs, 158 for 6. The Greens, at a time when they were 57 for 5, they were looking down the barrel until Kamindu and Chamika Karunaratne got together and made sure they put a good partnership to finish with a flurry on 158 for 6 in the allotted 20 overs.
Well, the bowling, the seamers were very good at the start, especially Asit Fernando and Dilshan Mazhanga picking up 2 wickets. Well, the spinners, well, look at Akhil Dhananjaya and Dunit Vellalage, bowled below that 8 runs per over mark, picking up wickets. And the follow wickets, they were 57 for 5, that 82-run partnership. That was very, very crucial in the Greens innings in their 20 overs. Well, Kusal Mendis taking a break alongside Kamil Mishara walking in, the openers for the Greens. With the seamers, this is what I was talking about. In and out, there were some boundaries, but still, they were very, very good with that conditions, the muggy conditions. The Kamil Mishara got to a start, and then this happened. The first wicket for the Greens. It's a miscued shot, very good catch by Vellalage, running behind. It was the first wicket to fall. And then Kusal Mendis was in the comfortable zone. There you see, trying to pull outside the off stump. Miscued shot again. Sadira walked in, got to a boundary. Classical shot for him. Then Bhanuka getting those 2 big 6s of Dasun Chanaka. Consecutive 6s, one on the off, one on the leg side. Some cheeky stuff as well. Well, Sadira got to a good start as well, isn't it, Maha? And then Vanuka getting out. The very next ball, Pawan Ratnakar misread. It's googly probably from Akila Dhananjay. The spinners coming into the ball. That was a drop chance. They would have been very, very deep trouble, mind you. And Sadira got out. Now, this was the time that Charmika walked in and they were 57 for 5. That partnership was very crucial in this 158 run mark.
Indeed. Captain and the senior player. Right hand, left hand combination which worked really well in the first game when the Greens chased down a score against the Blues. 82-run partnership. And they continued the good work with some excellent shots. Shot selection was top-notch by both the players. Divishan Madhusanka went the distance with a massive hit over the top. And that couple, this couple I should say, bought Kamindhu Mendis' half century. And Indian trying to pounce it over long on. He holed out to Ravindu Fernando at long on, took an easy catch. Last over Dushan Hemant, the first ball over extra cover. And the last ball into the grass bank with pure power by Charmik Karunaratne for the Greens to finish on 158 for 6 with Karunaratne remaining not out on 41. Right, when the Blues come out to bat, they got to make 159 in the allotted 20 overs to stay in the competition to get the first W in the SLC T20 International. Right, we're going to take a short break. When you come back, we'll have the chase.
Well, good evening and welcome to the SLC once again. It's the run chase for the Blues in the SLC T20 League 2025. This is game number 4. It's a must-win game for the Blues. They've lost both their games and Greens have won both their games. But Camilo Mendes, he was the hero today that took the Greens to 158 when they were at a very bad position with 5 wickets down. He was not afraid to take on the spinners. Anything short, he was very severe. And he picked his gaps very well and knew exactly where he's fielded and marshalled on to a half century. There you go. Top score of 50 for Camilo Mendes. Charmi Karanratha, 41 not out again among the runs. Kamil Mishar and Manuka getting into double figures with Sadira, but none of the other batsmen making noteworthy contributors. 158 for 6 is what the Greens made in their 20 overs. And in the bowling, 2 wickets apiece for Dilshan and Akila Dhananjaya, a wicket apiece for Asitha and Dunit. The other bowlers were relatively expensive, especially Dasun Shanaka. Good evening, Roshan.
Good evening, Kosala. 158 for 6 represents a very good recovery. After they were 5 down for 57 again, it was up to the partnership that took them out of trouble in the previous game. Now, this is what they need. 159 or 120. Camilo Mendes and Charmika Karunaratne were the ones who were associated in that partnership. Now, these are the 2 openers for the Blues. Vishen Halambage comes into this tournament with a massive reputation, and Nishan Madhushka playing in his first game in the tournament because Pathum Nissanka is not playing. This is what Vishen Halambage has achieved. That strike rate is what is impressive. 167.33. That's perfect in terms of T20 cricket. That average is not bad. 27.88 over 500 runs. A best of 83. He is at the non-strikers end because Nishan Madhushka will be the batter on strike. And Nuwan Tushara hasn't really had a good run in the tournament so far. He was taken apart by Pathum Nissanka in the first game, but came back to his own later on. Right, we're ready for the first ball. Madhushka on strike. Slip in for Nuwan Tushara. Here he comes. Goals on the leg stump and a run of the first ball. And that gets Nishan Madhushka up and running.
Good run. Good call running with the shot. Nishan Madhushka, he'll want to get him on the runs. It's not going to be easy, 159. But if they get a good start, they can get somewhere around 50 runs in the power play, then we got a game on hand. But can Halambage and Madhushka provide that for the Blues? They need a win badly.
Halambage on strike. Goes off an edge down to third. That's 4. A bit firm-footed. Not entirely where he wanted it to go, but it does not matter. It's a boundary.
Very little feet movement, and also the pace of Nuwan Tushara helped the cause because he was swinging hard. That's what he normally does. Let's take a look at that again. There you go. Whatever he does, he swings hard, Roshan, and that's the advantage he has. So you get an outside edge, it's always to your advantage.
Yep, third man or third gets, it runs down to third for 4. Hardly any movement of that feet, but bat did swing hard and it went in the direction of third with a short third in the circle. This is better. This is better, but this doesn't really carry. For a moment I thought it might go all the way. Although I can tell you that Vishen Halambage was very much in control of that shot compared to the previous one.
And also just a slight chip over, isn't it? He didn't try to hit it too hard. Once again, use the pace of Nuwan Tushara. There you go. That's quite correct. Said that feet very rarely moves, Roshan. But in the context of the game, Yeah, that's how T20 cricket is all about.
Yeah, talk about hand-eye coordination. Madushka. That's good bowling. Going full and on the leg stump. He's looking to start around midland leg. Searching for a little bit of outswing. Looking at Nishan Madushka's stats, that strike rate for T20 cricket needs to improve, 113. But I can tell you that he's a very punishing player. When he gets going, he can be a very, very punishing bat. Good average, closing in on that 30 mark, which is always the benchmark in T20 cricket. 750s in his career. That's gone fine. That's 4. Do not bowl there with the short fine leg in the circle.
Poor from Nuan Tushara. Nishan Madushka just had to help it on the way. The fine leg is up in the circle. You just can't afford to bowl. It was 4 all written the moment the ball touched the bat. Now this is the problem. This might be a problem for Nuan Tushar, isn't it? Because he normally depends on lot swing, but he's not getting that swing playing in an evening game at this time rather than a night game. He's trying the Yorker. Let's see how he finishes off.
Dot to end the over. It's 10 without loss. Pramod Madushan in the side. So quite a few changes for the Greens. In fact, one change, I must say, I need to correct myself. It is Pushpanta Chamira who's not playing. And also Kusal Mendis in the side for Lasit Cruz Pulle. So those are the 2 changes. Pramod Madushan. He's kiddie. He rushes you, he comes on to you a little bit quicker. And you also, once again, if you look at this bowler too, he looks to bowl outswing, and look at where he's looking to start. He's looking to start around that leg stump, but didn't swing, it went straight on.
Yeah, that's what Nuan Tushar was also trying, but I don't see both bowlers getting much swing off Strack. It's not easy to swing the ball in these conditions.
Got that man at backward square leg, also a deep backward point. Oh, that hurt, that hurt. Tell you what, that hurt. That hit him on the elbow. Well, he is a brave man. He's that young man is not showing any pain at all. But that definitely hurt.
Well, he's a strong lad, I'll tell you. He was looking to come down the track. And as you quite correctly said, those hurt, Roshan. Those hurt.
On the bone, I'll tell you. Looking to charge Pramod Madushan, bit of extra pace. Well, he'll learn. I'll tell you, he'll learn. But he will be quite so, I'll tell you. That would have hurt him a lot. Let's see his response. Oh, that's it. This is what happens. I think it's the effect of the previous delivery. He was softened up, hit him on that elbow, and then Pramod Madushan was very good, wicket to wicket. And Vishen Halambage has to take that long walk back.
Well, you miss, I hit theory, bowl straight, that's what you need to do. And Vishen Halambage was never going to get bat on that the way he went. Vishen Halambage goes for 5. The first wicket down for the Greens.
center. Next up.
Kusal Pereira, 200 matches. Strike rate is very good, 137 over 200 matches, closing in on 5,000 runs. Average 26. He's got 100 in T20 cricket. That's special. Hits it down the ground. That's 4. That is meat and drink for the left-hander, and he gets off the mark.
Kusal Pereira wouldn't have asked for a delivery better than that. He just pummeled it down the ground. He's such a strong lad. He'll just smash you. That was right in the zone. And on any given day, with the mid-off up in the circle, Kusal Pereira will take you downtown.
Nicely driven. Very, very nicely driven. Short third, short fine leg. In the circle, backward point, backward square leg. And the rest of the fielders saving 1. Pramod Madhushan over the wicket. Forcing shot, only a single. He is giddy, isn't he? He comes on to the bat a little bit quicker than one might anticipate.
Yeah, he just possesses a certain amount of pace. And this is the last man out, Vishen Halabage. He was really trying to no feet movement. We didn't see his feet moving from the start, but then, as you quite correctly said, that one that hit him on the hand might have been hurting.
Last ball of the over. 15 for 1. This is high. Samara Vikrama comes around, can't get there. They'll be happy with a single. That's Madhushka. Didn't get hold of it. 16 for 1. For 1. It's going to be one to Shara. Madhushka on strike. Has a slightly open stance. Nishan Madhushka. That's just a minor adjustment in his technique. Goes hard. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! That's sensational. That is Kanil Mishara, but that is a sensational catch at backward point.
That's marvelous. Brilliant fielding. He was doing the duties as the wicket-keeper in the previous 2 games, and he's given that way to Kusal Mendis. But take a look at this. It was well struck, but that jump, he timed that jump perfectly. Like a goalkeeper's dive. And that is a brilliant catch. Nishan Madhushka passes 6. It's 16 for 2.
Dhananjay De Silva, again another experienced batter. That average under 25. Hasn't got 100 in T20 cricket. 12 half centuries. Strike rate in the mid 120s. Now comes in again, comes in at a time with the Blues in a precarious position. They are chasing 159. And that 159 is looking a little bit bigger. Not beyond, but seem to be quite a distance away from the Blues at the moment. Strong wrist from Dhananjay De Silva. Will he get a boundary? He doesn't. Good work in the deep. They'll come back for 2. See, that's his hallmark, isn't it? This wrist. Beautifully done.
Yeah, this is why Dhananjaya De Silva is out there. Because it is a brilliant catch by Kamil Mishara. That dive and that jump was timed perfectly. Well done to Kamil Mishara. Commitment all around.
This time it goes over cover and be a single. We talk about Kamil Mishara and we do know that he's a wicket keeper, and in the modern game, this is another wicket keeper, Sadira Samaravikrama. In the modern game, the wicket keepers are proving to the world that they're not just keepers but they're also good fielders. So they give the selectors, they give the team management the extra option. So if you're not going to keep, okay, I'm there as a fielder and I'm good enough to be a fielder on my own. So that's what the modern game is all about, with so much of emphasis on fielding. Fielding appears to be point number one when it particularly comes to T20 cricket. 140 of 105, that's the requirement. Kusal Perera on strike. Full toss on the pads. Doesn't time it, but a single.
Yep. The Greens wouldn't mind the singles in the power play as long as they can keep the Blues under check. But just to add a thing to what you were saying about the wicket keepers being good, because sometimes this wicket, now this is the last ball which Kusal Perera managed to get away. Some of them even try to bowl a bit, and they bowl some decent stuff.
You know, it's important that they have a few strings up their bow. Fielded. So it's always about being versatile, isn't it? When it comes to T20 cricket, it's about making sure, this is nicely done and good feeling, making sure that you lend yourself well when it comes to the team selection and the balance. Where you don't want one-dimensional players, but you look for at least another dimension. If you're a bowler only, you've got to be a good fielder. It's always good to have that. On the pads, this is Dhananjaya. That will be 4. That concludes the over. That's a good way to finish the over. 3 overs done. 24 for 2. For 2. Pramod Madhushan had a wicket in his first over. Wicket of young Vishen Halambage. Would be very, very disappointed with the way he got out. Was hit on that elbow and then feet going nowhere. Been knocked over by Madhushan. Now from over the wicket. Rushing Kusal Perera a little bit. No timing at all. Again, you could see that he's a skinny customer, comes on to you a little bit quicker.
It's quicker than you expect. Again, you can see that
partnership of 8 of 6 balls. That's the target, 159. Slow delivery. Doesn't time it. This is very good bowling, particularly in the power plays. You talk about just 2 fielders, and those are on the leg side. And Pramod Madhushan has run in and mixed it up extremely well.
And also the fact that Kusal Perera is not really in his best of forms, isn't it, Roshan?
Into the pitch, that's a wide. That has to be a wide. ran in,
One over the shoulder.
and I thought he rolled his fingers on top of that, bowled into the pitch, so it just looped over the batter. Let's see, another look. Just, yep, into the pitch. That was the slow bouncer. Yeah, it was definitely into the pitch, and look at how high. That was very high, well over the batter's head. So the current run rate 7.5, required little over 8. Oh, that one, that has to be a no ball. It has to be a no ball. Kusal Pereira is in pain. I hope he's all right. Surprised him. I'm wondering where it hit him. Is it on the ribs or is it on the gloves? I think it's the ribs. Let's see. He's in a lot of pain here. Kosala, what do you think?
We heard the sound of the bat as well coming in. Interesting to find out. He's holding his hand. Let's take a look at this again. It definitely slipped out of the bowler's hand. Oh, yeah. It hit him on the bat and the glove.
No, I think it hit him on the bat, but at that point, either he landed on his wrist or it could be the vibration. I'm not sure. But he seemed to be in a lot of pain. I'm just wondering whether he's holding on to his shoulder or his wrist. But he was surprised as he charged. You need to take another look just to understand, maybe a little bit slower. Let's see. Let's see. It is that point. Yeah, it hits the bat. And he lands on his hands. I'm just wondering. I am just wondering.
I think it's the vibe. It might have been the vibration sometimes, Roshan, because those vibrations can be really hurting. But he's holding on to his wrist or glove. I don't know. He's not taking his gloves off. He's been
stretched off. He is in serious pain, Kosala. I mean, he didn't look that bad. I'm just wondering, he's been stretched off. He's just holding on to his left side. Has he damaged his shoulder? Goodness gracious, it didn't look this bad, to be honest. It actually looked to have hit him somewhere on the glove. But it seemed to be far more serious than that. Kusal Pereira being stretched off the field. I mean, it's good to see the medical staff present and acting almost immediately, but he is in pain.
still holding on to those. We are not sure whether it's the wrist or the shoulder. Looks like the wrist to me, but it has really hurt him. It has really hurt him. And that's not a good sight for the Blues, because Kusal Pereira could have been a very important cog in their run chase.
No ball, free hit, one bounce.
But yeah, it's definitely a no ball because it is over the waist. Straight away umpire Paldeguru indicated the no ball, so it's going to be a free hit, and the new batter is Ashane Bandara.
Yeah, another Sri Lankan player who sadly has lost his place in the national side, but wonderful fielder, gun fielder, and to me a more than capable batter. Ashane Bandara plays for the Police Sports Club. I think he captains the side. That strike rate needs to improve a little bit in the middle order, but average is good, over 30, over 1,000 runs, but over 120. You'll take that strike rate, but you'll want to improve on that. But love to watch this man bat and field, particularly fielding. I remember in a test match when he was brought in to field as 12th man at goal, and everyone as a schoolboy, they were wondering who this fielder was, because he was so quick across the field, and that was the point that Ashane Bandara announced himself. First announced himself in a test match as a substitute, and since then He's been spoken of very highly. Swung away on the leg side. That is the free hit. They'll only get a single.
Pramod Madhushan has been good. He's bowled in good areas, except for that ball that slipped out of his hand. He's using all his experience that he's gained for playing Sri Lanka. So Dhananjay De Silva, he has a big role in his hand now. They need some runs, they need some boundaries. They need to make sure that the gap between the balls and the runs are limited.
Dhananjay De Silva on strike. Oh, that's good bowling. That's the delivery that he keeps looking to bowl. The outswing tends to try and start around middle or mid and off. That time clearly seaming away from the right-hander. He's been bowling very good areas, I'll tell you. As you said, other than the full toss, he's been impressive.
Oh, he comes down the track, he's beaten again. Good swing. Pramod Madhushan is creating problems out there for the Blues, and it's not easy facing him.
I tell you what, he's shaping that ball beautifully. Lovely shape from the right-hander. He's making it talk. Just look at that. Dhananjay De Silva was looking to go over the top, gave himself room, looking to go inside out, and Pramod Madhushan was very smart. Started around the off stump, kept going. This time doesn't get a run. This is a brilliant over, and we're talking about a power play here. It is end of the fourth. It's 27 for 3. Right, this man has been one of the star performers so far in this tournament. Trevin Matthews, if the Sri Lankan selectors wanted confirmation about this man's talent, I think he's shown everyone that he's more than ready. With the way he bowled, the way he's fielded. Not just, oh, that's a good shot. That is a good shot. That is wide of mid-on. That's a boundary. That's a good start to the over for Ashen Bandara.
The mid-on is up in the circle, and Ashen Bandara picked that spot very well. It is a fuller delivery, and the placement was brilliant. He just had to bisect those two fielders, and he did that one very well because there's no chasing on this field.
Good start to the over. Boundary of the first ball.
Whoa! Easy, easy.
Just getting back to Matthew. We speak about the way he bowled and also spoke about the catches he took. There was one outstanding catch, and then what about the run out? So he's been showing us that he is an all-round cricketer. Okay, we haven't seen him bat much because he doesn't carry too much of a reputation. Off. But he's certainly done well for himself with the ball in hand and also on the field.
Come on, Trey.
That's good bowling. Precious dots in the power play. He's bowled 2 dots. One beating the outside edge, the other one straight to the mid-off fielder. Now that is after he conceded a boundary of the first ball. Oh, was that a chance? I think it was. It was a chance.
I'm sure there's no signal from the umpire, so that will go down as a chance. But that was not easy. It was almost taken out of Kusal Mendis's gloves. That's not easy. It was almost taken out of his gloves.
Really tough one, Kosala. That would have been a sensational catch. End of the over. It is 33 for 2.
Yeah, 33 for 2, and Kusal Janit Pera as well, retired hurt, didn't look good when he left the field. It's Ashen Bandara and Dhananjay De Silva. Chami Karunaratne into the attack, runs with the bat, that'll give him so much confidence coming into bowl. Starts so well with the back of the length delivery. Still, Chami Karunaratne has been in super form.
Yeah, he was fantastic with the bat today as well, putting on another big partnership with Kamindu Mendis. He spoke a lot about the way he's gone about things. Kamini Pereira mentioned how he used to be the kind of bowler who used to just come out there and try to bowl as fast as he can. When he's with the bat, try to hit everything out of the park. But in this tournament, we've seen a different side of him. He's used his experience, not tried to go hard all the time, and it's paid dividends.
Leg cutter. Has the field set perfectly with deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Most importantly, just to add one more thing what you just said, I think he knows how to bowl in the power play now. It's about being unpredictable. Batsman will line you up. As a bowler, the best you could do is to be unpredictable.
Yeah, and he's executed, hasn't he? It's one thing to plan bowling the short ball or the slow ball, but he's executed those deliveries really well, and that's why he's been successful so far.
Top edge, deep square leg in play, says mine and takes it. Sadira Samaravikram, one of the safest ball going around. He takes a decent catch, and Ashen Bandara, he misses opportunity, gets a top edge, and Chami Karunaratne, he strikes.
Yeah, once again getting the breakthrough for the Greens, and it's not looking good for the Blues. Is it back of the hand slow delivery from Chamika Karunaratne, simple catch in the deep for Sadira Samaravikrama. The Blues now in deep trouble. They've lost Ashen Bandara for just 8 of 6 deliveries. 36 for 3 now.
Dasun Chanaka in at number 6, brilliant numbers. A strike rate of almost 143, and the Blues will be hoping that he comes good. And the battle between the all-rounders will continue. With Chamika with a slightly new ball will fancy his chances, but if Dasun Chanaka gets himself in his home den, watch out. And he believes in massive sixers, so it's just a matter of giving himself a chance by getting himself in, and the pitch is still decent enough to get yourself in to go and get big. Chami Karunaratne, it's been a wonderful tournament so far. First game, wickets, runs. Last game did not bat, did just bowl 1 over and gets the opportunity today, batted well, and now he's picked up a wicket in his very first over.
Yeah, we've been singing his praises right throughout this competition, just the way he's gone about things. New challenge thrown to him, bowling to Dasun Chanaka. Chanaka has looked in decent form, has come in difficult situations so far in this competition, and it repeats in this game as well. Blues still far off from reaching the target.
That was coming, wasn't it? That was quick. Kusal Mendes grabbing the ball near his head high. One for the Orbin signal by umpire Ruchirapalya Guruge. Surprise delivery, zip through to the wicket keeper.
Yeah, probably surprised him a little bit with the pace as well. Dasun Shanaka just slow on that short delivery. Karunaratne, it's been another superb over from him. Just 2 runs and the wicket so far.
Finishes off well. Last over of the power play, 3 runs and a wicket. The Blues after 6, 37 for 3. Signal by the umpire Upul that at the end of the power play, from over 7 to 20th, 5 fielders can be outside the circle. Dushan Hemanta, the leg spinner, straight away into the attack. I like this move by Kamidu Mendes. Leg spinners will generally get some turnout, get some purchase out the pitch. And Dasun Shanak over the years is biggest when it comes to facing any bowler in the world. His big point is facing leg spinners. That's why I think Kamidu straight away, no hesitation, brings in the leg spinner. Slip in place as well. That's Kamidu. Beg your pardon, Banuka. And short wicket, keeping it vacant if the batsman wants to go against the turn to take that risk. Short. Toe is a call by Dasun. And Dhananjay De Silva sensibly says no.
Yeah, how often do we see leg spinners or wrist spinners being brought into the attack when Dasun Shanaka is at the crease? Shows also the experience in the captaincy from Kamidu Mendes. He's looking for the wickets because he knows if he dismisses Shanaka now, that puts the Blues in an even more difficult situation.
Got
Got to be much more fuller, Dushan Hemanta. First couple of deliveries, pushing it through rather than just letting the ball just rip and getting the batsman into the front foot. I like this move by Kamidu also by keeping mid-wicket open. Dasun Shanaka sometimes tends to play against a turn, break his wrist and work it towards the leg side and gets the top edge. Much better. Deep mid-wicket in place. And takes it easily. Pawan Ratnayake missed a catch yesterday in the same position, but this occasion he takes a good one. And that was a poor shot by Dasun Shanaka, got to be said.
You just did not have the room to play that shot, particularly in this situation. You have to say that the Greens, he played right into their hands on that occasion, playing the slog sweep to the leg spinner, and Pawan Ratnayake would have had his heart in his mouth for a moment. Yesterday put down a very similar opportunity in the deep. So Dasun Shanaka, a short stint ends, 2 of 5 deliveries, 39 for 4 now the Blues.
Skipper Vellalage is at number 7. Yes, only 4 wickets have fallen. Kusal Janit Perab, but a major blow to his wrist was carried off. And this will be the last hope for the Blues. Dhananjay De Silva and Dunit Vellalage, they will have their work cut out against the top quality spinners of the green side, and only unbeaten side as well in the competition. Googly to start with. Good running, good understanding between the batters. Straight away, Dunit Vellalage off the mark.
That's good batting from Velalage. Just coming back to that dismissal of Dasun Shanaka. Just not the type of shot you want to see from a senior batter in this situation, is it, Farviz?
No, irresponsible, got to be said. About in these kind of pitches, you give yourself a chance, a little more time. Two perfect examples, Kamindu as well as Chamik Karunaratne, and they reap their rewards later on. Dasun Shanaka, if he had got in 10-15 deliveries, he could certainly can catch up later on in the innings. Very, very disappointing. Good stop at extra cover. Chamik again, you just can't keep him out of the game, can you? Shot. Played it late and found the gap. That's Dhananjay Silva, full of class for you. Not that shot, but made sure he played it behind square to end the 7th over with a boundary.
Absolutely. It's got to be this pair that takes them home. You mentioned about taking your time, just whiling away your time in the middle until you can launch. It's getting tougher with this pair because they don't have much insurance later on in that inning. So they're going to have to find a way where they can get that 8 to 9 runs and over without taking too many risks now.
Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, deep fine leg. Don't be surprised. The ball is short, yeah. Slow ball bounce to start with. But this is one thing that we picked up, haven't we? Chamika Karunaratne making sure that he has different plans with different batters. Last over of the last ball. What a beautiful shot by Dhananjay.
Yeah, got class written all over it, isn't it? Dhananjay De Silva, that's the type of shot that you can expect from him. All about timing and finesse.
Such a lovely player to watch when he's in full song, isn't he? Just a matter of not having big runs to showcase. On this man on screen, Chamik Karunaratne made a comeback in the Bangladesh series, played a couple of games, got himself dropped in the last game. Certainly lots of points to prove. This is extra bounce for you. From nowhere, the ball seems to just pick, carrying on, and lucky that Dhananjay Silva didn't carry the third man.
Yeah, didn't know much about it, much about that delivery, did Dhananjay De Silva, just getting big on him. So lucky that it didn't go to hand. Chamika Karunaratne also, you get the feeling he's very much a confidence player. And those performances early in the tournament and today's game will certainly give him a big up with the ball.
Third man and takes it. Sevin Matthews, you just can't keep him off the game as well. And Chamika Karunaratne runs with the bat. And second wicket of the innings with dismissing the captain of the Blues, Dunit Velalage.
Once again, goes in the air. Dunit Velalage. Just hitting the toe of the bat and it's reaching the fielder. Sevin Matthew in the deep. So Dunit Velalage, he goes 2 of 3 deliveries now, 46 for 5, the Blues.
Ravindu Fernando, the new batter, didn't get a chance to bowl today, and this is his opportunity with the bat. Average certainly can improve. Relatively a young career so far with 31 games. But he's up against a player high in confidence. Chamika Karunaratne. Couple of wickets in his second over. Taken in shot, first ball. And takes it on, Ravindra Fernando. Good to see him.
Karunaratne seems to be rushing the batters as well, isn't it? Just getting big on him again, but Ravindra Fernando riding that well. He's at the crease because of this dismissal. Top edge from Dunit Velalage, reaching the field at deep third. Traveen Matthew doesn't make any mistakes with that one.
Any other day, Velalage would have smashed over cow point for a 4 or 6. Just on a day where Chamika is having all the luck. He's going to his side with that top edge straight, carrying to Traveen Matthews. Took 3 catches yesterday and a run out.
Yeah, he was really good in the field, wasn't he? And he doesn't look like the quickest. But that run out that he got with a direct hit and the 3 catches he took certainly proved that he's very athletic.
And Traveen Matthews, one player, has impressed many. None better than Roshan Abhay kept on. He said that he's knocking on the door of the selectors. When he says it, we listen.
White ball.
Down the leg side. Trying too many things now, Chamika.
You're just getting ahead of himself on that occasion, Karunaratne. Just losing his direction, but still been a good over so far. Not giving away too many runs.
Sometimes as a cricketer, when you're doing well, everything seems to be going well to you. Naturally, you want to do more. So maybe this is where Chamika can use his experience and do the basics right. Good bouncer. Very, very good bouncer. Right on the money to end the 8th over. 49 for 5. Summary so far. Green's been put into bat 158 for 6 in the latter 20 overs. In reply, Blues are in trouble. 49 for 5 with Kusal Janit retired. Don't think he'll come out to bat as well. Certainly looking down the barrel. Late cut again.
Yes, Kamil.
Kamil Mishara at cow point. He does the fielding.
Yeah, no gloves today for Kamil Mishara, but he's fielded so well, took a brilliant catch earlier in the innings. This time just cuts off what could have been at least a couple of runs.
Stock sweep towards mid wicket, brings up the 50 for the Blues.
How does Dhananjay De Silva play this? He's got a lot of inexperience next to him, not much in terms of batting to come, and a long, long way to go in terms of the target.
Smelling one more wicket here, Kamindu. With the slip in place, he's trying to attack the young man, Ravindu. Googly. Trying to go extra cover, slice it towards cow point.
Ready, Brahma, ready.
For Dhananjay De Silva, the slip disappears to cow point. Beautifully bowled again. Kushan Hemantha dishing out some lovely deliveries. Yes, he has not found much turn, but the accuracy has been good.
Yeah, he's been good right throughout the competition so far. Not gone for too many runs. Maybe the only criticism is that hasn't really picked up too many wickets, but he's done the job for the green so far.
He's doing a job which Kamindu Mendes expects him to do. In the middle overs, take control. It's not all about picking up wickets, but it's all about being consistent and bowl into a field.
Yeah, and he's done that role well, hasn't he? Alongside Traveen Matthew, who's also been very economical out there. So they put that pressure right back on the Blues when it looked like it would be a 50-50 game.
Top edge, trying to play against the turn, Dhananjay De Silva and Dushan Hemantha. He cannot do anything wrong, can he? Bowled it slower, invite the batsman to go against the turn and dismisses the test captain of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, De Silva will be disappointed with that, but Dushan Hemantha, just as we've been talking about how well he's bowled, picks up another wicket, and you've got to think that might be the end of any hopes of the Blues. Dhananjay De Silva stuck around for a little while, 18 of 20 deliveries, 53 now for 5.
Okay, Dhananjay, the new batter. He can play some good shots, but he's up against a bowler who has got his tail high. Charmik Karunaratne has been rewarded with his 3rd over. You hardly see a fast bowler in the middle overs getting 3 overs on the trot. Oh, top edge again. Just a single. Running in hard and hitting the awkward length. Charmik on inconsistent basis.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually got all 4 overs on the trot. He's been so successful so far. Akila Dhananjay out there, and he's out there because of this shot from Dhananjay De Silva. Just trying to turn it to the leg side. Only manages to lob one up to the bowler Dushan Hemantha. He picks up his 2nd wicket.
Yes, I mean, looks like everything is going towards Green's favour, and most probably they will win this game. Means that they certainly got to the finals, which is coming up on Saturday. And the Blues will be hoping that the Greys in the next 2 games wins 1, loses 1, and the Blues to win the next game, and the Blues and Greys to be equal points, and then come the net run rate.
It's going to be a tough ask for the Blues, particularly because they're already sitting on a bad net run rate, and with this game, if they don't get close to the total, that's going to be a further fall for them. So it's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, what Blues need is someone out of the blue to give a good performance. Probably not in this game. It looks like most is done. Yes, funny things can happen in cricket, but at the moment, I have a feeling this is just going nowhere. But come the next game, that can be the difference. Called a wide down the leg side by Palli Guruge. Certainly not the bat. Probably a bit of pad. It was very close, but no disappointment shown by Charmika or Kusal Mendes. That's a suggestion that he did not hit any part of the batsman. Bounce again. In the gap. Flat and long. That's a good shot by Ravindu Fernando.
The Blues are going to need much more of that. Ravindu Fernando just rocks back. Clears the boundary quite easily. Didn't really get off the ground, that ball, but flew over the boundary rope. So 6 for the Blues after a while. Going to need much more if they are to get close to that total.
That was a good shot. Ravindu Fernando, he's been peppered with some short deliveries by Charmik Karunaratne. Last ball, he was equal to the task with that hit. Bounce again. That's a typical fast bowler's reply. Didn't like it the previous delivery. Dishes out another bouncer and a stare.
It's something you like to see from the fast bowlers, isn't it? That little bit of aggression, and Charmical never short of it. So no wants to let the youngster know that he's there. May have gotten him for a 6, but the bowler still has more opportunities to get him out.
Oh, that seam back. That jack backed a lot. This pitch is offering everything, isn't it? Turn for the spinners, bounce and movement for the fast bowlers, the batters who got themselves in. Runs to be made.
It's gotten a bit overcast once again. That one just moving off the pitch, hitting right at the top of the bat. I wonder if hurt Ravindra Fernando a little bit.
That was a finger breaker. Ravindra Fernando was thinking the ball was going in that particular line of the 5th off stump and almost jagged his fingers in the bat. Slower delivery down the leg side. No damage done. 10 overs done. It's 62 for 6. Players and the umpires will take a well-earned water break.
.66 for 6. After the 10, the Blues are really down and out in this run chase. This is how the wickets fell. First to go was Vishen Halamage. And then a brilliant catch from Kamil Mishara to get rid of Nishan Madhushka. And then Ashen Bandara hailed out in the deep. Dasun Shanaka tried to clear mid-wicket but only found a fielder and he was gone. And this is the skipper. They really couldn't wait without finding that. And that was a very soft dismissal. So 6 down. And don't forget that Kusal Perra is back in the hut injured. So technically the Blues are really looking down. This is the Blues batting card. Only Dhananjay De Silva and Ravindra getting into double figures. All the others just falling apart. And that's why they're 66 for 6. Good evening, Roshan.
Evening, Kosala. It's very disappointing, I must say. The bowling looks impressive. Charmika Karunaratne once again bowled with pace, good heat. 2 for 17. Dushan Hemantha doing exactly what is required of him. And that is to bowl in the middle overs and get wickets. Now, he has the allowance of being able to go a little bit, or at least be a little bit expensive if he's going to get you wickets. But he's gone at less than 6 runs an over, which is outstanding. So 62 for 6. And I'm afraid the Blues have never looked like winning this game. I mean, they have left situations slip out of their hands. They had them at 5 for 50, allowed them to recover. And when they came out to bat, they never showed the intent that a team required chasing that kind of score.
So Dushan Hemant will start his third over. 2 for 11 his figures. Ball to Akila Dhananjaya. Slip in place now. Kamindu Mendes going for the kill. Fine leg comes up into the circle. Long on and long off are the two boundary riders with the deep mid wicket and the sweeper cover.
How is that?
Dushan Hemant also been pretty good in whatever games that he's played with the emerging 11, the Sri Lankan A team. Was around the wicket this time and almost Akila Dhananjaya chopping that one back.
See, I think what Dushan Hemant has done well is that he's picked up on his pace. Because he used to be a little bit slower. That time hurrying him a little bit, didn't turn as much. But he used to be a little bit slower then. And now he's added a yard or two and he's pushing it through a little bit quicker. So that has been just perfect for him, where he's mixing it up as well.
Nowadays, in the white ball format, spinners do intend to go beyond the 80 mark, 85. 90, get spinners who go at almost 95, 100 also. Ramidu trying to get a move on, but the asking rate is not easy. But still, Roshan, 10 runs and over in the modern day is quite gettable, but the only thing is that the Blues don't have the batters in them to do it. Dhananjaya comes down the track, but will only get a couple, not really getting enough bat on that.
Well, I think you asked me the question and you also immediately answered it, and because they don't have the wickets. 10 runs and over is possible. Even 12 runs and over is possible. We've seen that happen in T20 cricket. But then, where are the ones who can score at that rate? That's the problem. But this time, down towards long on. On the bounce. He didn't make an effort. The fielder at long on, he waited for the bounce. 67 for 6.
Praveen Matthew the field on that occasion. End of the over. That's the equation, 92 or 54. In T20 cricket, that's always a gettable target at 10.22. But we were talking that they don't have the batters to do that for them. They lost 6 and Kusal Janith is also injured. Pramod Madhushan comes back into the attack. I thought he bowled extremely well at the start. He was one of the key bowlers that kept things under check for the Blues from the top. Just 9 runs off his 2 overs. He's picked up a wicket. He's going round the wicket now to the left-handed Akila Dhananjaya. Akila Dhananjaya can hold the bat well. He can get a few runs for you. But then for him to go at 10 runs and over, that's not going to be easy for him. He will get you the odd boundary or the odd 6. But on a consistent basis, it's not going to be easy for him. The Blues losing this game would mean that they're basically out of the tournament. Oh, that's a good ball. Not really out, Roshan, but then it's hard for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you need to win. And you got the Greens winning almost everything. So the best hope for the Blues are to hope that the Greys will lose to the Greens and then they beat the Greys. But then also the net run rate matters. So there are lots of things that, you know, there are equations that will decide who will finally end up playing that final.
He's looking to chip that one over. Appears to make contact. Yeah, when you start losing matches, Roshan, the fact is that you need to depend on what the other teams would do for you. That's a tough call. Again, you can see he was just trying to get bat on that and try to run it down to the third man area, but Pramod Madhushan, 3 dot balls in this over. Change of pace, rolling his fingers over on that. I've been quite impressed with Pramod Madhushan's bowling. He's done very well. He had 2 good, very overs at the top. There you go. Rolling his fingers on that. Bowling into the surface. Single. They look for 2. Yes, they're coming back for 2 as the throw comes in. This will not help the cause of the Blues. The Greens have been very good in all the outings. They won both their games previously and they're on the verge here of trying to make it 3 in a row. Well, a single will end over number 12 and the Blues are 70 for 6. Trevin Matthew will start his second over, went for 7 in the first, didn't pick up a wicket. He's going round the wicket to Akila Dhananjay now. Oh! He's drifting down the leg side. His angle into the left-hander.
Well, it's a massive task, isn't it? This is Trevin Matthew. Just swinging back a little bit off the pitch and a bit in the air. Akila Dhananjay received. Ravindu Fernando will look to chance his arms, but he needs more than singles. He needs big hits.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of substitutes on the field. So now Dinusha. Akila Dhananjay is trying very hard, but he's unable to get the boundaries. Singles will definitely not help their game here.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Greens wouldn't mind it at all because that net run rate will keep improving if they win with a big margin. This is thumped down the ground. They're happy conceding singles. Look at what they need, 85 or 44. So that's almost 2 runs a ball. And it's going to get worse now when they start scoring only singles. They need to start moving here.
This time, to gain a single, just going through one by one, just 4 runs off. The 5 runs have come off this over. Matthew to finish off over number 13. Well, Ravindu tries to make room, but only will get another single with the inside edge. It's the end of over number 13. The Blues are 76 for 6. Dushan Hemant will finish off his spell into his 4th over. Oh! What was he trying? He was trying to play a switch hit, but didn't connect.
I'm just wondering whether it hit the pad, because Kusal Mendis didn't attempt to catch it. Whether it was off the pad or whether it went off the bat, maybe we can take a look at it after this ball. 83 of 41.
Punched away. Look for 2. They're coming back for 2. The throw is coming in, but it's not a good one. Akil will manage to get back. We'll get this is that previous delivery, Roshan, that we were talking about. I think it hit him on the pad. They went up for LBW. And this time he goes aerial, but will find a fielder. Comfortably taken. The 7th Blues wicket goes down. That of Ravidu. He was trying to clear the infield, but never was in control. And this has been a feature of the Blues batting.
Well, I don't think he had an option, Ravindu Fernando. He had to go for it. He had to throw his bat at it. It is Chamika Karunaratne who cannot put a foot wrong here. He's held on to a fairly easy chance. Dushan Hemanta, the wicket taker, a little bit too easy for him. He goes for 16 of 16 balls, and it is 78 for 7.
Asita Fernando is the new batter walking in. Dushan Hemant's got 3 for 18, Roshan. He's bowled very well. So we have a rest day tomorrow. And then the next 2 games are on the 13th and the 14th. And the final on the 16th. All played at the same venue.
The only hope for the Blues, we'll come to that after this ball, Kosala. Only hope for the Blues is beat the Greens themselves, rather beat the Greys, and hope that the Greens beat the Greys also. So Greys lose twice, Blues win once. So those are equations that are out of their hand.
This time Asita Fernando will find Chamika Karunaratne down in the deep. Dushan Hemant is having a wonderful outing today.
He's having a ball, isn't he, Dushan Hemant? He's getting wickets for fun. Asita Fernando again, don't expect him to hang around. He's there to play a few shots. He's number 10. And look at how he looks to go over long on, which I think is the right thing to do at this stage. What is Faviz Maroof trying to do? Is he trying to catch? He better remembers that he is not playing anymore. Goes without scoring. 78 for 8.
Oh, that was a wrong one. Dushan Hemantha misses out on a fifer, but excellent figures. 4 for 18, 78 for 8 at the end of 14. Praveen Matthew will start the 15th over. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
What do you think Akila will do? You think he'll play out the 20 overs? He will look to try and make sure that that run rate improves a bit? He's not going to hang around. He's going to play a few shots. Okay, what's Madhushankar's role here? Is he going to do the same thing? Is he going to emulate his senior partner?
I don't know. I haven't seen Madhushankar bat for a long time. I don't know what he's really capable of. But he gets a single.
He's sensible. He's getting the senior man on strike. He's supporting Akila Dhananjaya. He's giving him the chance to try and get a few runs, try and get some boundaries.
Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good looking shot. That sounded very well. That's a boundary. That's well struck from Akila Dhananjaya.
He is using the pace, he's using the width, and he's going square of the wicket. And a very well executed boundary for Akila Dhananjaya. He's not going to die wandering, I'll tell you. He's going to go after the bowling.
Because what you said, for the Blues to come in, they need to make sure that they have a good run rate as well. Even if Grays lose, that's that boundary again, and the Blues win against the Grays. Oh, that's well done. Very well done. They'll get another single. It still will come down to the run rate, Roshan.
I think that's a big hole that the Blues are in at the moment. The one thing is they have lost games, and the margins of defeat is also quite big. So those are things that they'll be concerned about.
Oh, that's a wide. That one turned a bit for Praveen. Madhushankar manages to play it out. That's all done. He's gone. That is the end of the game. And Trevin Matthews holds out, gets a
look at this. Trevin Matthews tossing the ball up. Dilshan Madhushankar, very good catch. So Kamidu Mendes getting that wicket. And then the Blues, in fact, they're 9 down, but still Kusal Janit, he's injured, so he won't be a part of this game. And there you see an easy win for the Greens to clinch their third victory today. Well, remarkable. Winning by 72 runs still today with that partnership, that crucial partnership of 82 runs, isn't it? 82 runs between Kamidu Mendis and, well, the Blues batting card so far, nothing much to talk about. The top order failing, De Silva contributing, GDS 18 runs, but at the bottom, Ravinder Fernando getting 16 and Akila was unbeaten on 16. Kusal Janit missing out, he got out, he was retired hurt with that ball striking his wrist with just 6 extras in the 15th over, the last ball of the 15th over. Blues were 86 for 9 with that Kusal being injured still. So what do you think of the bowling attack? They've been remarkable.
Yeah, all-round performance by the Greens once again with the ball. Chamika Karunaratne impressive once again, 2 for 17. But Dushan Hemanta, the pick of the bowlers, 4 for 18 is what he picked up. Praveen, Matthew, Pramod, Madhushan, Nuan Tushar, all picking up 1 wicket each. And also, interestingly, only 5 bowlers used once again from Kamidu Mendis. So he's giving the bowlers the responsibility to get the job done for him, and they've succeeded so far. So 86 for 9 is what they finish with. The Blues, the Greens win comprehensively and move to the final now of this SLC T20 league.
Well, not much partnership also talking about just 86 runs. So there you see Nishan Malushka and Vishen Halambake coming for that run shares, 159. Got to a good start, but still those boundaries convincing, mind you. A little bit wavered, but this time there see no feet movement from Vishen Halambake. And Kusal, first ball boundary. And then Kamil Mishara, brilliant today. Inside the gloves, in hand. Well, this was the incident. That looks very nasty for me. That was a full toss. The beamer striking his wrist probably. Stretched out. Well, this was the 4th wicket. In fact, the 3rd one. Bandara. Shanaka for a shot. Again getting out to the left side.
Yeah, poor shot from Dasun Shanaka, particularly given the situation. And then Tunit Velalage didn't last long either. Top edging one to 3rd. Dhananjay De Silva stuck around for a little bit. 20 deliveries is what he faced, but at the end of the day couldn't really do much. Ravinder Fernando, that shot, very impressive. Then the wickets continued to fall. Catching was good from the Greens. Ravinder Fernando came and went. Doesn't stick around much, does he? And Akila Dhananjay, he's had a couple of cameos in this tournament so far. Dilshan Madhushanka falling off the last delivery of the 15 over Praveen Matthew, the bowler. So 86 for 9 is what the Blues finished with at the end of the day. We've got Parvez Maharouf down there with the player of the match and the captain of the Greens.
I've been joined by the man of the moment, man of the tournament so far, Chamika Karunaratne. Runs with the bat as well as wickets. You're having a field day, isn't it, today, as well as the entire competition?
Yeah, I was very happy because my hard work is paying off. So I'm just like keep going, and I'm just enjoying in the middle and doing my basics. That's it.
One thing was very noticeable. In the first couple of games you used, especially the first game, lots of slow balls into the pitch. But today it was short balls but with pace. Is that something you've been working, or it all depended on the surface?
It's depend on the wicket, because I saw Dilshan Madhushanka is giving a good bouncer to Kamidu, and even Dasun was giving 2 bounces, and I felt like, okay, I can mix it up with pace today. and with my slow balls, because then it's more easier to bowl for me. Then my slow balls will work.
You've been excellent. Anything else or anything more you can add to this side?
Just I'm just trying to improve myself and
Enjoying at the moment.
enjoying at the moment, and stay in the basic. That's the main thing.
Well done, Chamika. Enjoyed watching you. All the best for the tournament.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Right, time to welcome Kamidu Mendis. He seems to be doing anything wrong apart from the toss. Kamidu, excellent start. 3 out of 3. Must be a happy man.
Yeah, actually, I'm really happy as a captain. Boys doing really well. Yeah.
And looking from the com box as well as the spectators, it seems like you're enjoying the leadership. Is something that you think you can, do well in the forward?
I mean, I was captain since my childhood in my school team, so I think it comes naturally. So I'm enjoying with my team in the field as well.
3 out of 3. Your side is doing excellently well. I asked the same question to you 2 days ago. Is there anything else that this team can add more?
Actually, boys doing really well, improving game by game. So I think, and especially this game, boys did really well. I think at the moment we are on at peak right now.
Satisfied, 3 out of 3 into the finals, isn't it? Must be happy, man.
Yes, I'm actually happy, really happy.
Well done. Thank you very much. And
Thank
see
you
you
very
soon.
much. Thank you.
Right, over to you and the guys in the com box.
Well, thank you, Maha. Well, Chamika, a star again in this game as well, in the Greens innings. Well, it's a purple patch for him, and he's been outstanding today. So the next match on the 13th of August at 1:15, Blues will take on the Greys. The last game for the Blues. Get some consolation into the board with some points. Well, that's it from all of us from the Combox and from the SSC. Pleasant evening and good night. Stay tuned with live action on Thursday, the 13th of August.